Welcome to Fire-Breathing Kittens, a standalone Dungeons & Dragons podcast. Each episode is a separate, complete adventure, so you can listen to them in any order. We are joined by Elowen.
Hi everyone, my name's Elowen. I'm a level 14 Twilight Ranger. I am a smoke genasi and I look very speckled and smoky and my hair flies around and I have kind of a little bit of a weird movement to myself and my eyes like to grow red sometimes.
Imeri.
Hi everyone, I'm Imeri. I am a celestial warlock. I am a wood elf. I'm pretty sure I'm about 5'2", and I wear a hooded green scarf that covers up 2 cat ears atop my head.
And Amonust.
Hey everyone, I'm Amonist. I am a 222-year-old wood elf, usually decked out in something skimpy and leathery, and I have 2 twin curved swords strapped to my back that glow with a magical energy. And a cute dog.
Rufus.
Rufus.
You are all in the Fire-Breathing Kittens Guild Hall. The guild is a large building with a bar, a sitting area with wooden tables and chairs, and a wall with a cork board and job flyers posted.
Can I go check out the job flyers?
Yes, you can. Elowen, the smoky genasi, steps up to the cork board with pieces of paper on it. Now, this week is a bit unusual because I, the DM, have planned 2 completely different, complete adventures for you guys that you get to choose between. Just to let you know, one of them has puzzles, and one of them has role-playing. Both of them have both, but one of them has more of each. Okay. Does that make sense? No. Okay, keep going. So, my goal was to write 2 plots and let you choose what you want to do. Alright, so, she sees these 2 flyers. Plot A. I have decided to give 100,000 gold to charity, but not to lazy people. Lazy people are the worst. Instead, I've designed a dungeon, and the first party to claim the 100,000 gold gets it. The second group gets 90,000. The third group gets 80,000. Disclaimer, entering the dungeon is at your own risk, and Kingston is not liable for any injury, dismemberment, or death that results. This message has been spelled to self-destruct once the 100,000 gold is claimed. Signed, Harry Heyman, CEO of Kingston Incorporated. Plot B. Everyone's getting excited for the upcoming annual Nikamui fighting tournament. I hear the prize is 1 million gold. I'm taking the opportunity to invest in myself. I'll pay 20,000 gold to an adventurer team to guard me on a training montage to reach for the next level at the peak of Mount Hokkaido. Signed, Iskra Ekwan, 1314 Citrone Drive, Nikamui.
Hey guys, it looks like we have a couple different jobs that we can do. We could, either go try to get 100,000 gold for charity in a dungeon, sponsored by Harry Hyman, or we can go do a training montage to the top of a mountain.
I kind of like the first one.
Imeri, what do you think?
I think I'm good with either. I mean, it would help to give the gold to charity.
Oh, you guys are the charity, just to clarify.
Each person can donate theirs to a charity of their choice if they wish.
Yeah.
That's true. I'm down to go solve some dungeon problems. So it sounds like we're going to go take Mr. Hyman up on his offer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go. We can take the chocobo carriage.
Absolutely. Go rough up Hyman.
Oh no, oh no, oh no, no, oh no, oh no, no, no. DM very sad now.
There's going to be so many
Amonist.
jokes.
No.
As soon as you said that name, I was like, oh, Amonist.
That's where my brain went too. I was just like, when's it going to land?
Sometimes I feel like maybe I should be more dirty-minded so I can catch the jokes before they happen, but I'm sorry, that was not intentional.
Really? That was not intentional? Oh my god.
No, but his name's Harry! Oh my god, what did I do?
His first name was Harry? Harry Hyman? Oh my god!
Sorry, I use a random name generator, and that's okay. So here's how I make names. Just
is your random name generator an 11-year-old boy?
No, I look at people who were born on this day, and then I randomly mash up their first and last names. So I don't know. 2 famous people were born on the day that I made this adventure, and one of them had the first name of Harry, and one of them had the last name of Hyman. I'm going to stop now. Okay, so
Harry Hyman, it is. I'm down with the Harry Hyman.
Kingston Incorporated has sponsored this mission. So on the back of the flyer is a map to a remote location in the forest, which has got a red X on it, and it's in Retswood, which is just outside of town. Oh God, what did I do?
Is that Harry Hyman's X card?
Kingston Incorporated.
Wait, Kingston? Does that mean they're royal? Is this a royal Harry Hyman?
Oh my God.
And that's the moment the map burns up and we have to do the other one.
No.
All right. I'll be good. I'll do my best to keep a straight face. All right. Especially when we meet Harry Hyman. No. Mole, mole, mole. All right. Is there an address for this place?
Yeah, there's a map with a red X on the back of it. You could get to there easily if you just follow the map.
All right.
It's in Retswood, which is just west of Nicomoy.
How far west of Nicomoy?
Like an hour by carriage, maybe.
Okay, and we have a
maybe
carriage.
like a 20-minute train trip.
Is there
if you go on one of the express trains.
Is there a well-marked road, or are we venturing through the wilderness?
Up until Retswood, there are well-marked roads, and then Retswood is where, sort of like the incorporation line, if you've ever seen, Welcome to Nicomoy, it's outside of that, so.
Gotcha.
Yeah, this is clearly a liability thing, like when someone builds something right over the border.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
International waters, sort of.
Well, are we going to take the train, or are we going to take a carriage?
Let's go by carriage. We already have that.
We have Chocobo carriage.
Let's do it.
And it's free.
The 3 adventurers step up into the Chocobo carriage, sitting down onto the plush cushions of the cabin area. Our smoky genasi sits across from our wood elf fighter, and Imeri, are you driving the carriage, or are you inside of it?
I'll be inside. I'll pay somebody to drive.
All right. And the 3 of you can hang out in the carriage as you head towards the woods. A chocobo probably doesn't make clip-clop sounds. Imeri, what does a chocobo sound like as it...
It's kind of like a giant ostrich.
Yeah.
So what would an ostrich really sound like?
Like scratching? Sort of, as it digs into the dirt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And that is the carriage as it heads down the street. Once you guys make it into the Retswood, you're able to find the side street and then the side street and then the side street until eventually you're going down a dirt path with trees on both sides. They take you to... Now, have you ever seen the Lord of the Rings movies where there's like a hobbit home and it's like a mound in the earth with a circular door?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That is where the X is.
In the Shire?
Basically the Shire, but not copyrighted.
I like it.
Fantasy Shire. Well, I suppose we just go and knock and walk in.
Elowen steps up to the round wooden door. Upon the door, she finds the same exact flyer that she had looked at in the guild hall. It says, "Disclaimer, entering the dungeon is at your own risk. Kingston is not liable for any injury, dismemberment, or death that results. This message has been spelled to self-destruct once the 100,000 gold is claimed."
Well, this obviously nobody's claimed the 100,000 gold yet, so are you guys ready?
I was born ready.
Sure, let's go.
All right, Elowen pushes open the door.
The door swings open on its hinges, revealing darkness beyond. You are standing in front of a divided path. It goes left, straight, and right.
Can we see down them at all?
You can see down them until the darkness claims them. And everybody, what is your dark vision situation? How far can you see into darkness?
60 feet?
60? Is that the normal dark vision?
Yeah, I think it's what is it? Dark vision. It's kind of like dim vision.
Check your character sheet.
Is it on my character?
So,
Google it.
As a Twilight Hunter, I get to see... Ooh, I was still in Elowen's voice there. I get to see... At 3rd level, I've been trained to see through the deepest gloom. I have dark vision of no limited range, unless it's a magical darkness, and then I can see through it for 25 feet.
Wow.
Gotcha. Mine is 60 feet.
I am used to lurking in the dark.
You're perfect for this dungeon. You can see a door straight ahead of you and the end of a hallway on the left and the right. Both are definitely, all of those things are not viewable to Imeri and Amonust.
Hey, Imeri, Ammonist, there's a door on the straight path and the hallways just end on the sides.
Which is to say that there's doors on the wall. Yeah.
Yes, there's doors on the wall.
Yeah.
Okay, so all 3 directions have some doors. I feel like in a classic dungeon, straightforward is the way to the end, but then there's cool stuff on the sides. So should we explore a side first?
Yeah, let's do it.
Lead the
Sure.
way. You're the one that can see.
Imeri, I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 3.
2.
Okay, let's go to the left.
All right.
They go to the left. They step down the stone hallway in the complete darkness to human eyes. And it's safe to say that Elowen's out front?
Yes.
Okay. As you're walking, before you reach the end of the hallway, you find that there is a wooden door with metal hinges on your right.
All right, guys, we have a wooden door. Is there a lock?
It is locked.
All right, it's locked. Can anybody pick locks?
I have lockpicking tools.
Well, Ammonist?
I'm going to try to pick the lock. Let's see. And I rolled a 9, which is not great. And I believe you add proficiency bonus if you practice with your lockpicks before and built up proficiency. So 14?
Okay, I have Googled this because this is something that I should know, but I don't. So do you own Thieves' Tools?
Yes.
Okay, so it says you do a dexterity check with proficiency bonus if you're proficient in Thieves' Tools. Are you proficient in Thieves' Tools? It'll be listed under your proficiencies.
Classically, no, but I thought that we could spend out-of-game time gaining proficiency over some duration.
Yeah, that was something that you said a while ago when he got the Thieves' Tools.
Yeah, because initially I thought I could use Sleight of Hand for this.
So you can train in the proficiency of a tool or language by spending 1 gold per day of downtime for 250 days of downtime to train for proficiency.
Perfect.
Subtract 250 gold
Sure.
from your character sheet and add proficiency to your listed proficiencies. So proficiency in lockpick or Thieves' Tools.
Okay.
All right. Now, it says that you roll a dexterity check and you add your proficiency bonus. So what was your D20 number and what's your proficiency bonus?
Dexterity modifier and the proficiency bonus?
Yes.
So then that is 19.
Okay. So the door opens.
Woot!
And we have done it properly for the first time ever here on the Fire Breathing Kittens.
Yeah.
Everyone was like, yo, that's not how you pick locks. And I was like, okay, I'll learn how. So.
Small goals. What does Elowen see?
Oh, Elowen can see into magical darkness too. She can see into normal darkness. She can see everything. She sees 4 walls in front of you. You're entering at the bottom of the room. Mm-hmm. On the right wall, there's a door on the wall, like where it meets the wall you entered from.
Mm-hmm.
And in the back left corner of the room, where the left wall and the far wall meet, there's a second door. And everybody do a perception check. I feel like you should know the doors regardless of what you roll. And then, like, everything else, it depends on what you roll.
16?
16.
I rolled a 17. Do I have a perception? Oh, I have a +5, so 23.
Okay. So tell me what you're looking at, and based upon your rolls, I'll tell you what you see.
Elowen's looking to the door to the left.
Okay. You see that it's made out of wood with metal hinges, and you can see that from where you're standing. Imeri, what are you looking at, and how far do you go into the room to look at it?
Right now we only see darkness, right?
You can see into 60 feet of that darkness because of your dark vision. Do you have that
Yes.
racial ability? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So you can see things within 60 feet of you, which is about half the room.
I suppose I'll walk in a little bit and try to look around and see if I see anything that stands out.
How far are you walking into the room?
10 feet, enough to stay close to Amonust.
Okay. All right. You don't gain any additional information by doing that. Next up, Amonist. What are you looking at, and what are you doing to look at that?
I am going to carefully inspect the floor, both with sight, dark vision, and with touch, as I crawl forward into the room until I reach the far wall.
You're crawling?
I'm crawling. I'm expecting this place to be dangerous. I'm looking for booby traps.
To the far wall?
Well, unless I find something along the way.
Okay, you reach the middle of the room. Everybody roll initiative.
I didn't see anything coming up to this?
No, when you crawl, you're not paying very close attention to the ceiling.
Oh.
And when you're crawling, you're what's called prone, which gives... A prone creature's only movement option is to crawl unless it stands up and thereby ends the condition. The creature has disadvantage on attack rolls. An attack roll against the creature has advantage if the attacker is within 5 feet of the creature. Otherwise, the attack roll has a disadvantage. I think it would have advantage on you because it's within 5 feet because it's dropping on you from the ceiling. Okay, so everybody roll initiative.
How far
6.
did he walk in the room, though?
60
If he
feet?
made it halfway, he's 30 feet into the room. And you can be within 10 feet of him if you'd like.
Okay. Yeah. And then, because I got the alert feature, so I can't be surprised.
I got a 26 for initiative.
21.
6.
Okay, the order is Amonust, Imeri, this thing, and Elowen. And it gets a surprise round on only Amonust and Elowen and not on Imeri because she can't be surprised, I guess. So how does that work when there's a whole party? Can you read the feature that you have for us, Imeri?
Sure. Alert. Where is it on here? I got so many skills. Hold on, I'm trying to find it on here. Alright, it'll just be easier if I go to the book.
What does this creature look like?
I'm about to tell you.
Alright, so, alert. You're always on the lookout for danger. You gain the following benefits. I can't be surprised while I'm conscious. I gain +5 bonus to initiative. Oh, so it's actually 26. And other creatures don't gain advantage on attack rolls against me as a result of being hidden from me.
Okay. So I'm going to say that because you're not the target of its attack, this particular round, this doesn't affect you, but don't forget your +5 in the future.
Yes, that's 26.
Yeah. So, Amonust, you are crawling on the ground
Yep.
to check out the floor, and you made it 30 feet into this dark room. You hear nothing as, from above, a spider with enormous fangs drops on you from the ceiling. It's huge-sized, which means it takes up so much more space than you do. And if you had looked up, you would have seen it, because unlike most spiders, it's got glittering white things along its black exoskeleton. And it drops on you from above. So
I played Ocarina of Time. I am shocked that I was fooled by this.
well, you didn't look up. So it makes 4 attacks on you. with its long spider legs as its legs stab at you. And now because you're prone, they all have advantage, which means that I'm going to have to roll this dice a lot.
Well, they're normal because of the disadvantage because of my cloak, right? Because they cancel out?
Only the first time that you're hit. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So until I'm hit.
So they'll cancel until you're hit. So does a 25 hit you for the first one?
Yes.
Okay, so then your cloak cancels out and now they have advantage. Does a 24 hit you?
Yep.
Does a 23 hit you?
Yep.
And does a 27 hit you?
Yep.
Okay, then you take 16 times 4 slashing damage.
Ow.
I know.
I need a calculator.
That's 64 damage.
Advantage is very powerful. As Amonust is slashed at by the claws of this gigantic ceiling spider.
That hurt.
Now it's normal turn order. So Amonust, you were just attacked by this giant ceiling spider. It's pinning you down to the ground with its huge body. You can move and stand up, and you can attack it back. I'm just letting you know that looking up, or actually no, I guess you just look down at the ground because you were prone. You were crawling. So you're smushed onto the ground by its huge body.
Can I stand up?
You can, yeah. It's not grappling you or anything. It's just that's what happened.
How much action does it take to stand up? Is that a bonus or a full action?
Movement.
Oh,
it takes half your movement.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm not playing. Well, okay, I'll use half of my movement to stand up, and then I am going to do a bunch of attacks. Dear God, I have 6 of them now.
So you're gonna crawl out from underneath its huge bodies.
Mm-hmm. Does a 14 hit it?
No.
Okay, so does a 18 hit it?
No.
Oh, that's a nat 1. That's a no. Does a 25 hit it?
Yes.
Okay. Does a 17 hit it?
No.
Dear God. All right. And does a 23 hit it?
Yes. So you've got 2 hits, right?
Yep. All right. So I have 66 is 19 plus 10, 29 damage.
29 damage to its face.
Actually, I'm sorry. My bonus is not 5 anymore. It is 33. Sorry.
Okay, it takes those slashes as one slash of your lightning sword and 1 slash of your frost sword.
Mm-hmm.
Do it some damage.
And then I still have half of my movement, correct?
Yeah.
So that gives me about 15 feet or so. I'm going to retreat backwards a little bit towards the rest of my party.
All right. Because you exit its melee range, it does an attack of opportunity, which is 1 claw attack. It swipes at you with its claw, and that was crease.
Now that I've had my turn, I have my advantage back again, correct?
Read your thing, and let me tell you, it got a 26 to hit against you.
Yes, I do have the whether or not my advantage is there resets on my turn every time. So it is attacking with disadvantage.
Okay, so because your turn happened, it reset.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I will roll a second time and take the lower number. Does a 18 hit you?
No.
Oh, it misses because it swipes at your cloak. And the cloak of, what's it called?
Cloak of Displacement.
The cloak of displacement tricks its 8 spider eyes. Now, as you step further away from it, the white things on its exoskeleton glitter in the darkness just like its eyeballs do. And you step away from its fangs too. So the fangs, the eyeballs, and the white things on its black exoskeleton.
You guys couldn't just see me cringe.
How far away from it are you, Amonust?
About 17 feet.
Okay. Imeri, Amonust just got dropped on by a huge spider, smushed to the ground, and then he slashed at it pretty ineffectually and stepped away. What do you do?
All right. She's going to ready her Eldritch Blast. Does a 21 hit?
Yes.
All right. So that she gets 3 Eldritch Blasts. So 21 was the lowest. It was 21, 23, and 26. 6. So with that, she does 33 damage as her hands light up like this goldish light. She shoots a crackling beam of energy from her fingertips, smacking into the spider creature.
And as the beam of light hits its exoskeleton, she sees harmlessly some of the rays bounce off of the white things on its exoskeleton, and others push into the black and leave like dents. The magical force slams into it. And with the cracking sound, you hear its exoskeleton crack in that place. Ew.
And then as a bonus action, she will shoot a little beam of light onto Amonust, and he will gain back 8 HP.
8?
Yes.
Thank you.
You're so nice. Next up is its normal action. So, Imeri, you are within its movement speed, and you just hit it most recently. So with its 8 legs skittering across the ground, it rushes towards you. I'm sorry. And it's going to make 4 melee attacks again. 2 of these are going to be with its fangs, though, as it tries to gobble you up. I'm so sorry. Does a 22 hit you and a 14 and... Okay, answer for those ones first.
Yes, I'm very squishy.
Oh, wow, the 14 hits you too?
Yes, that's a meet it.
Oh, wow, that was a 3 on the dice, so that means I don't think it can miss you. Let me just double check. Okay, got a nat 1 and a 5, so okay. So that means one of its claws does not hit you. You take 38 piercing damage as it bites you with its fangs.
Ow.
Its giant fangs are mostly, like, you've seen poisonous spiders, and you've seen spiders that just bite with force, and these are the... the sounds you're making. I'm going to stop describing it. Okay. And then with its claw attack, it also rakes you with its claw for 16 slashing damage as well. And the spider is trying to put you in its mouth with its bites. So Imeri is in danger of being eaten by the huge spider. Elowen, it's your turn.
So Elowen shoots twice with her bow, and one of those was a 19, and the other one was a nat 20.
Okay, the 19 misses. The nat 20 hits with extra. You roll the number of dice that you roll again. So, like, if you'd normally roll 3 dice, you roll 6, and then at the end of all that, you add your modifier.
Okay, so that is 6 plus 4, so that is 10 damage.
Okay, it takes 10 damage as an arrow. What type of arrow do you shoot?
Just a plain arrow.
The wood of the arrow, the normal arrow with, I guess, maybe bird feathers that's available for a ranger, jiggles a little bit as it comes to a rest in the spider's side. Amonist, we're back to you. You're 17 feet away from the spider, and it's got its fangs in Imeri as it's trying to eat her.
Okay, I have pre-rolled my hits here. I'm just going to go on the list. You tell, and I'm going to use my action surge here too, because I'm hurting.
Its AC is 20, if that helps.
Yes, it does. Let me just knock out all of the ones that don't hit. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4 hits actually go. And I will do the honor of adding them up for you. 3 plus 18 plus 21 plus 16. I will do 78 slashing damage to its face, specifically targeting its eyes.
My goodness, that's a lot of damage. Targeting its eyes. Okay. You slash at it, and you find the vulnerable spots in between the shiny white part of its exoskeleton, these bumps that are sticking out of them. You saw a strike get deflected from one of those before, and now you're specifically bringing your frost and lightning swords down upon the black exoskeleton in between those impenetrable spots, and you bring it down quite a lot in hit points. Its spider mouth, which is right up in Imeri's face, its jaws open, and it emits a scream with a foul odor from its mouth. I'm sorry, Imeri. She's just so grossed out by this. Yep. And it screams in pain. Imeri, it's your turn. You're currently in the jaws of the corpse teeth.
So it's looking pretty hurt?
It let out a scream of pain, and it's got cracked exoskeleton and frost and, like, lightning singes on it. You can smell the spider. It's cooking a little bit from the lightning.
Cooked spider, everyone.
Yummy!
I am debating if I should dimension door out of here.
It looks real not good.
All right, I'll try another Eldritch Blast. Oh, that one didn't hit very well.
Is this a melee attack or a ranged attack, the Eldritch Blast?
It could hit anywhere with me.
Okay, but is it you making a magic attack within melee range, provoking an attack of opportunity?
I don't think it does with Eldritch Blast.
Okay, we'll go with that for now, but make sure to look that up for next time.
I could look it up real quick.
I don't know, just roll with it, yeah.
All right. Then only one hits. This is not good. For 14 damage.
Okay, you blast it right in the fangs. And it's, again, looking really not good. Next up,
And
it's its turn.
Before, I'm going to heal myself for 14.
Okay. All right. And it's its turn, and you did hit it most recently, and you are right in its face. So it's going to try to hit you again. It rolls. Those bites both hit as it bites you twice for 38 damage with 2 bites. Are you still up?
Yes.
Okay, and then it slashes at you with its claws for... Now that was a crit. 48 slashing damage.
That'll do it for me.
Oh no, Imeri goes down.
Oh, no.
Imeri crumples to the ground. Her wood elf form is now laying on the ground, unmoving, and the spider starts to consume her. Elowen, it's your turn.
Oh, this is gonna hit Imeri. Elowen calls out to Amonust and says, "Grab Imeri and get out of the way." And she prepares. Okay, so I have a question. If I have some oil flasks that are filled with ball bearings, and this is a thing that I've had for a while, does it take an action for me to pull that out? Because basically she wants to light it on fire.
Yeah, you've got to pull it out, and you've got to light it on fire, and you've got to throw it. Yeah, I think that's the kind of thing that you would have. Yeah, you've got to spend an action doing all that, yeah.
Yeah, but can I do all of it in one action, or does it...
Yeah, you can do all of that in one action, yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to ready that action for when Amonust gets Imeri out of the way. So Elowen calls out and she's like, "Hey, Amonust, get Imeri out of the way. I'm going to light some stuff on fire."
Okay. I have to wait till my turn, though, right?
I hope I get to make a saving throw.
You will on your turn. By the way,
Yes.
every time that Imeri gets hit by this spider, it's like an auto fail, I think, of her. She gets 3 fails and then she dies for good. So you really don't want her getting hit while she's down.
Right, so she's not actually casting it yet. She's just getting ready, and in the minute they're out of the way,
Yeah.
she's casting.
Yep, just to clarify, because I just want you guys to know the rules.
Right, so we don't kill Imeri.
so that it's not my fault if Imeri dies.
I mean, I rolled really good, so I think I'm probably going to kill the thing this turn, but...
I'm still okay on my next turn. Watch what happens.
Oh. Is that the end of your turn, Elowen? You've prepared these.
Yep, that's all I can do.
Now, they are lit, so they will go off next turn. You
Yes.
should know that. Okay. All right. Amonist, go ahead.
Okay, and now if I drag Imeri out, is that an action or is that my movement?
I think you'd have to grapple her, pick her up, and then move. So that would be your movement and your action.
Okay, and that's not a bonus action, that's a full action.
Yeah, and if you don't have disengage as a bonus action, then you're going to provoke attacks of opportunity, but you can get her out of there. Yeah.
Okay.
You would get 1 claw strike.
Okay, so I'm gonna drag Imeri out with my action. I will ignore these sword hits. I will give Elowen a little time to shine here. And I am going to grapple Imeri, drag her out. I'm going to disengage with...
Now that is an action.
Oh, is it?
So to pick up Imeri and to like hoist her up over your shoulder is an action, or to disengage with the spider is an action, the corpse teeth.
Okay, well then I'm going to take a hit here is what I think is going to happen. And then I'm going to use my bonus action to use my second wind ability, which is going to give me 20 HP back.
Nice. Fighters.
Yeah. And I am going to start dragging Imeri away and bracing myself for this hit. Lay it on me.
Okay, how are you picking up Imeri so I can imagine this? Do you have her, like, her knees on your left arm and her head on your right arm, and you're like, or are you like...
Oh,
with her butt over your shoulder?
I threw her over my shoulder head first so that I'm holding onto her knees in front, and I'm holding my sword out as I back away.
Aw, so you'll take the hit and not her.
Just please don't hug me.
Gosh.
It's not hugging.
Oh no.
There is no hugging. You are being carried like a sack of grain.
And when you're unconscious, that's probably less likely to activate. Okay, Amonust, the spider roars as you remove its partially consumed prey and tries to hit you with a 29 to hit.
It hits.
Dealing 16 slashing damage.
Yeah.
With its claw. But you successfully do move up to your full movement away. How far away do you want to be?
35 feet.
I've got it down. Imeri, it's now your turn. Please roll a d20 and let me know what the result is.
Oh, thank God. I was really hoping I actually got to use this ability. So starting at 14th level, Celestial Warlocks get what's called Searing Vengeance.
Whoa.
The radiant energy I channel allows me to resist death. When I have to make a death save and throw at the start of my turn, I can instead spring back to my feet with a burst of radiant energy. I regain hit points equal to half your hit point maximum, and then you stand up if you so choose. Each creature of your choice that is within 30 feet of you takes radiant damage equal to 2d8 plus your charisma modifier, and is blinded until the end of your current turn.
Whoa!
That's so cool. You're 35 feet away from the corpse teeth, though. Aw.
I actually rolled that too. Those were both crits.
He didn't know you were gonna, like, light up like a light bulb and come back. So, all right. Well, how much HP are you at now? Half your max?
50.
Dang.
It's a powerful ability.
All right.
I don't get it until after a long rest, though. So.
Oh, it's only one per. All right. Well, is it the corpse teeth's turn then? Oh, also, did you step off of Amonust's shoulder, or is he still fireman carrying you?
I'll let him carry.
Okay, well then, we're gonna have to make some kind of save to see if you become hugged, shall we say.
Oh, God.
Because you're awake now. So both of you, please roll a dice. I'm gonna write down a number here. And let me know what your D20 results are.
Okay, just a straight D20?
Yeah, just a straight D20. I've written down a number here.
18.
13.
Okay, so you are within this distance, which I wrote down, of one another. Holding up a panda to you probably does not help. So you're within 5. Your dice rolls are within 5 of one another. So I was giving you a 50-50 shot. Amonist, your load on your shoulder emits a bright light like a light bulb and then suddenly becomes a lot heavier.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
As the tiger poofs. Well, with a poof of pink, I guess, smoke.
Yeah.
Mary becomes a tiger on your shoulder, and you do drop her. And now there's a tiger next to you on the ground. You're both 35 feet away from the corpse teeth. And it's its turn. All right. It's going to come at Amonust. Amonust, you're looking injured. You're like a more delicious target than this tiger here.
Yeah.
So it's going to come for you.
Do I have advantage right now?
You do have, you have
Okay.
your, what is it, cloak of something. Yep. So does a 19 hit you?
No.
Ooh. Does a 24 hit you?
Yes.
Okay, so we're back to normal rolls. A 29 and a 20. Do those both hit you?
Yep.
Okay, so you get 3 attacks. 19 piercing damage, followed up by 32 slashing damage, as it tries to eat the second most delicious looking prey in the room.
Wait, 32 and 19?
Yeah, piercing for the 19, slashing for the 32. As it first bites you, and then with its 2 frontmost claws slashes at you. So it's got its teeth in you, and then it's using its 2 front paws like this.
Oh, dear God. Okay.
Elowen, they're all right back together again.
Yeet.
and your thing's gonna go off.
She's yeeting.
So the question is, in this room, which is about 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 100 feet wide and 60 feet deep. I don't know. Like, in one direction it's 100, in the other direction it's 60.
How far away is she from the spider?
I had you as not having moved from the door.
Right.
So, assuming that they fought in the middle and then moved into a corner, you are 60 feet away from the spider, Amonust, and Imeri in the corner of the room. And you are 60 feet away from the right wall. So you're 60 feet away from the back left wall and 60 feet away from the right wall. I'm looking at a picture. Sorry, guys.
Okay, it's reasonable to throw 60 feet, like a flask of oil. It's about the size of a softball.
Yeah.
It's about from right field to third base, depending on where you're at.
Yeah.
And I can do that. Not that I'm Elowen, but it's a reasonable thing. She's just gonna yeet it and try to hit the spider. Now, she is trying to make the spider angry enough to get away from them and turn around.
Okay, yeah.
And light it on fire. Also, I don't know what kind of damage a Molotov cocktail does.
Oh, you didn't look up your item's damage when you first got it?
No. But the one that I saw was 1d10. Does that sound about right?
Sure. That sounds good to me.
Okay. I just wanted to double check. Do I just roll an attack roll? Is that how that works?
I know you're a dex fighter, and I want to give you a better chance, because this is sort of like you throwing an arrow, you know? So roll a dexterity to hit. So
okay,
your attack modifier...
21.
Yeah. Yes. You are proficient in making the ranged things go to the places.
Yes. So that is... Oh, then that's more than 21. That would be like 25.
You can get it there. Yeah.
Yes. And then that is 9 damage from the fire.
And what's the radius of that?
It is... It's a good question. I never saw a radius for it.
Okay, but since they're all in melee with one another, because the spider ran up to Ammonist, and Ammonist had just dropped the tiger, I'm going to say it hits all of them. So that's 9 damage to everybody.
I'm at 4 health, y'all.
Oh no!
Friendly fire, literally. Just to give you a little bit of a heads up on how the corpse teeth is doing, not well. It's got a cracked exoskeleton, frost and lightning damage on its wounds, and now it is a little bit on fire. Amonist, it's your turn. You're backed into a corner with your tiger friend who just did a lightning bolt burst.
So I'm going to use the roll that I did for the last turn and didn't use, where all 6 of my hits actually hit it. And let me just kill off this spider for you real quick. 17 plus 15 plus 20 plus 19 plus 16 plus 18. 105 damage.
Oh, it's so dead. It's very dead.
Yeah, I think it died a little bit ago, but I'm going to use all 6 sword hits anyways. I'm just slashing at this thing that almost killed me.
You slash at it with first your frost sword and then your lightning sword. It goes down, but you continue to strike it. Double tap. And first your frost sword and then your lightning sword. A leg falls off as you continue to hack at it. It's so dead.
I'm very curious about all these little white things on it. Can I see better now? What are these?
Well, so you still have dark vision, which means that you can't see in color. And I'm going to say that unless you produce some kind of light source, your investigation will be at disadvantage.
I can produce a light source.
Okay.
Is it still on fire? Because that could be a light source.
True.
Yeah, it's on fire for 30 more seconds.
Okay. Plus my swords do emit magical light. So we've got a couple light sources around. Let's investigate.
Also, Elowen, I promise I don't put a spider in every episode. I just randomly rolled.
Elowen's gonna have spider phobia after all of this.
I've got a 12.
You can tell that these things could come out if you pulled at them or cut them out. Like, they seem different than the rest of the exoskeleton. They're a bump on the surface, and they're white.
I'm gonna cut some out then.
Ooh, okay. You cut them out, and you hold them in your hand closer to your face, and you are holding a bunch of teeth.
Ew.
Because this is a corpse teeth. It eats its prey and puts the bone fragments and teeth of its prey into its exoskeleton to make it more invulnerable.
Ew.
Okay. I'm guessing I don't need to hold on to these then.
The look on your face.
I thought this was going to be like a diamond spider. Okay.
Not a diamond spider. Elowen comes over and she like holds out her hands and she's like, does anyone need healing?
Yes. Oh my god.
Yeah, actually, I have cure wounds.
That's what I'm casting as well.
Is now a good time to just like take a long rest before moving on, actually? Like, the room is safe now, correct?
Can Elowen perceive if the room is safe?
Perception check?
19 plus... Where's my perception? 23. 25.
Okay, with the 25, you can see that there are 3 doors to this room. You've only cleared one of them. Or really, you only know what's behind one of them. You know that there are 2 unknown areas behind the other 2 doors. You can tell that there are 2 more doors.
Do the doors open in or out?
They are locked from this direction, the side that you're on. It's hard to tell whether or not they could be opened easily from the side that you haven't been on.
What do the handles look like?
There's a handle on the side of the door that you're on.
Is it like a knob or is it like a circle? Like as if you would pull?
They're both pull side. You're on the pull side of both.
Can I slide my immovable rods into the door handles against the frame so the doors cannot move? In either
How many
direction?
immovable rods do you have?
I have 2 of them, which is just
and there
the
are
right
how many
number.
doors?
Well, I'm not counting the door we just came through.
Okay. All right.
What do you guys think? Worth it to rest up?
That works for me.
All right, I'm gonna slide those into there so that this door is not moving in either direction until I remove them. And then can we lean against the door we just came in through and take a rest? And I don't know about you guys. I can long rest in 4 hours. Do you guys do that as well?
No.
Imeri, you don't? I thought that was a wood elf thing.
No, what else? They go into like a trance.
Yeah. Doesn't that let us long
so
rest
you only
in
have
4?
to sleep for 4.
Exactly.
But I think you still have to take a long rest to gain the benefits.
Oh, so I can't long rest in 4 hours? I've been doing that wrong then. Okay, fine. All right, so 8-hour rest to recover everything?
That sounds... I mean, yeah, because you guys look kind of rough.
I have 4 HP.
Yeah, I'm pretty hurt too.
And Elowen's over here like, hi. I didn't get touched.
Well,
The
if
way
you didn't get
that
touched, do you want to
a-
stand guard?
Yeah, that totally works.
Okay.
The way that it works for long resting is that you can roll your hit dice and then you recover those with a long rest. So you don't like max out your hit points just because you long rested. You have your level number of hit dice,
Oh,
which for a wizard is a d6. For a fighter, it's probably more.
it's D10.
And then you can roll that number of dice to recover the hit points, you know.
Well, yeah, it's
And then you
1d10 plus your level times your constitution modifier.
But before
Elowen's
that,
still holding out her hands, and she's like, do you want some healing?
before we do that, I could also use healing light and use up all of that since I'll gain that back
Perfect.
after a rest.
yeah, you get spell slots back after a long rest.
I also get my second wind back, so I'll use my second charge of second wind. Go back up to 20. Anybody want to lay some healing on me?
Sure, let
Yeah,
me use my
Elowen's
healing.
holding out her hand.
I'll use healing light first. That's all free, no whatever. So I got a bunch of these. 9, 14, 15. That's 10, so 5 more. 15, 25, 30, 36 HP.
Perfect. I'm up to 56. 60 more to
With
go.
your 14 hit dice, you could reasonably expect to have gained 70 hit points back minimum.
Oh, perfect. So that'll get me there.
Yep, but now you're out of hit dice.
Anyone else need healing?
Wait, I'm out of hit dice? The hit dice don't come back every time we long rest?
Once you long rest, you will have them back, but we're going to see if you successfully long rest. And Elowen's offering you everybody healing. Imeri, do you want some healing from Elowen?
Yeah, I still need 60 HP, so...
Yep, you need to touch me for it to work. So she's holding out her hand.
Okay.
So you get 18 hit points back.
And then, Imeri, what's your hit dice? A
D10?
Okay, yeah, so you also could reasonably expect to gain at least 70 hit points from your hit dice, if you want to just do that quick.
Yeah.
Okay, so you two are out of hit dice.
Well, I don't have to necessarily use all of mine. I already gained 28 just by the act of resting.
Right. So do that in the background. We're going to move on
Okay.
as an adventure party. And Elowen, you are down some spell slots?
Yes.
Okay, so you're all starting your long rest. And I'm going to roll some dice. Because here's the thing. You're in a dungeon. And you're long resting in a dungeon. So...
Now, would anybody like to sleep
6.
during this?
Is there a difference?
Yeah, because I don't need to sleep at all.
Oh,
Elowen is keeping watch.
I use 6 hit dice, by the way.
Do you want me to roll, like, perception for keeping watch?
Tell me the watch order and who's perceiving when.
What I mean is Imeri doesn't have to sleep at all. She has aspect of the moon, so she can't sleep ever.
Oh.
Not even be forced.
Wow. All right. I'm going to go with you're very perceptive because you're awake. And Elowen, it sounds like you've got someone on watch if you want to sleep.
Okay. Yep. I'll sleep. Wake me up if you need me.
Mm-hmm. I'm sleeping leaning against the door.
So Imeri never has to sleep, and she has alert.
You're very good at dungeons. So you guys have passed 8 hours of time, because that's how long it takes Elowen to sleep, plus another hour for all the healing, the spells, and the looking at the teeth. So 9 hours later, the night passes uneventfully. You guys just slept at like 10 a.m. From 10 a.m. to... It's 6 p.m. now.
We were just like, that's rough. Let's take a nap.
Well, we almost died, so,
Yeah, to be fair, one of us did die, and the other one was close.
Mm-hmm.
The corpse teeth's corpse smells very bad in the room with you.
Let's choose another door, guys.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
You guys choose because I chose the killer door, so someone else.
Okay, which of the 2 doors left to us proceed in as close as possible to the same direction as the original hallway with a central door?
Just to describe the room again, so you're entering on the bottom of a room. There's a door on the right, and there's a door on the diagonal back left.
All right, so I think the one on the diagonal back left is probably proceeding, because I'm picturing that we went down the left hallway. On the right wall, there was a door, which means on the left side of that room, it would proceed in the straight direction from the center hallway.
Yes.
So I say the left door.
Yeah, let's go that one.
Well, let's go.
Swear to God, you guys better not get me killed again.
Again?
I make no promises.
Wait, we rested, so does that mean your one time back from death is reset?
Yes.
Okay, we can kill you. That's fine. I'll just make sure to throw your corpse at things, so, you know.
So they get radiant damage and blind?
Exactly.
See, Elowen was like, I can't promise that because we're in a dangerous area, and Amonust is like,
I'll throw you at the bad guys.
She revives. It's fine.
Oh, the relationship between Amonust and Imeri.
We love each other.
I love you, Imeri. Go.
The door is locked. Imeri, do you want to unlock it? Or not Imeri,
Ammonist?
Amonust?
I was going to say, do you... Yeah.
I
Okay.
can dimension door through it.
Let's save spell. I don't know. We can if you want to, but I would think let's save spell slots until the lockpicks fail.
We might need to dimension door out of the next room.
That's fair.
All right. 28.
The lock clicks, and the door can now be opened. This is a pool-style door.
All right. I'm going to gesture everyone to the opposite side of the door, so when it opens, we'll be behind the door. Do y'all move?
Yes.
Sure.
Elowen moves.
Okay.
He's opening this door and exploring this room very differently than when he crawled to the middle of the list.
Yeah, I am. And I am going to open the door with us behind the door as it opens.
And before he does, I'm going to smack his hand and use Detect Magic.
Oh.
Okay, detect magic does not detect any magic on the door.
Okay, carry on.
Elowen does put on a crown, and just in case they run into any more animals.
Oh. All right. And did anything happen when I opened that door?
It opened.
All right. I'm going to peer.
Oh, wait.
Oh, yes.
Ugh. We handled that spider completely wrong. I have Speak to Beasts.
Yeah, I just remembered I had, Elowen just remembered she had Triton's crown, and she can also speak to animals.
Well, this one's dead, so...
They're beasts
Moving on.
are friendly to me. So,
Okay.
that's passed.
I'm going to peer inside the room with my dark vision, and I'm actually going...
I should look.
That's true.
I can see.
That's true.
You can all see because this room is lit. There are candles lighting this room. So everyone can see fully in this room.
Great.
Should I describe it?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Okay. There's a table with a vase and an envelope on it along the wall you entered from. There's a sconce on the right wall next to a mirror with candles lighting the room. A shiny piece of metal on the floor in the back left corner, and a door on the far right. So there's one door in this room on the back far right wall, and you guys entered from, again, the bottom wall. It's also a much smaller room than the one you just came from.
Elowen's gonna go check out the envelope.
Imeri's going to cast Detect Magic before anything.
Okay. I don't think there's anything magical in this room. Yeah, okay, so the Detect Magic has no magical results.
Shall we read the envelope?
Yep, Elowen has the envelope.
Open it.
Okay. And she opens it.
Inside the envelope, Elowen sees it say, "Stare at yourself closely in the mirror until your ghost speaks to you."
It wants us to stare at ourselves in a mirror until we talk to ghosts. Sounds like fun. I'll go do that.
Okay.
Elowen steps forward, and the mirror is on the right wall. So she leaves the desk on the wall that she entered in and steps to the right wall and finds a mirror with a sconce next to it with candles lighting the room.
And she stares at herself.
Okay. You're staring at yourself in the mirror. Amonist, what are you doing?
I want to inspect this vase.
Okay, roll some kind of check.
Roll a investigation, I suppose. Ooh, not good. 11.
Okay. The vase was the thing that the envelope was leaned up against, so that it would be standing up and prominently featured. It is a clear glass vase with white calla lilies in it and water. It also has... that's about all you see.
Okay.
You rolled an 11.
No.
Imeri, what are you up to?
I don't know. I don't trust this mirror. Trying to think what I can do. See truth seeing. I think that just means I could see things for what they truly are.
That seems useful.
Alright, I'm going to cast True Seeing. The spell gives the willing creature I touch the ability to see things that are actually there for the duration. The creature has true sight. Notice the secret door is hidden by magic and could see into the ethereal plane all out to the range of 120 feet.
Wow. So you see the room, I guess, in gray colors. Everything that you're looking at is on the ethereal plane as well.
So no hidden doors, no nothing. So the mirror is just a mirror?
Yep.
Can I pick up the vase of lilies and bring it over to Elowen in front of the mirror?
You do that. You see yourselves as you would normally be reflected. You are holding the vase with the calla lilies, and Elowen is standing next to you.
So what was the riddle again? What was written on it?
We have to stare in the mirror until we see our ghosts.
Stare at yourself closely in the mirror until your ghost speaks to you.
I'm just wondering if the ghost has something to do with these lilies. Because lilies are like the flower of death, right?
These are calla lilies.
What color are they? They're white, right?
Someone else should probably look at them because you are... you rolled that.
Oh.
You're over by Elowen, right?
Yeah.
Elowen will break away from her staring contest with herself and look.
Okay, do some kind of roll. We'll see what you see.
Perception, so 23.
Okay, you can tell that there are 15 white calla lilies in the flower base. The vase is glass, it's got water in it, and they are tied prettily. The vase is tied prettily with a yellow bow that complements the clear... This is kind of pretty. It's a clear glass with water in it with a cute yellow bow and 15 calla lilies in it.
It's very pretty vase. Should we just try the door? Guys, Elowen takes the vase over to the door and tries to open the door.
The door does not have a handle.
Okay, door doesn't have a handle. Wonderful. That's a very pretty vase. It's a very pretty flower arrangement.
Maybe there's something behind the mirror. Maybe we should break it.
Elowen smiles. She's like, I was just gonna suggest that.
Amonust backs away.
Oh, you're not gonna hit it, Amonust? Okay, I will. She's gonna shoot it with her hand crossbow.
I was gonna say I could just Eldritch Blast it. It's free,
that would be...
no bows or anything. It's just energy.
That works as well.
Imeri Eldritch blasts the mirror, and it explodes into many pieces, and the pieces tinkle as they settle onto the floor. The floor is now dangerous. You guys can get injured if you lay on it.
I can fly.
Can we... Elowen grabs tries to pull the flowers out of the vase.
You do that. You have 15 calla lilies in your hand.
Okay, that didn't work. I pulled the flowers out of the vase. Anyone else have any ideas? The door doesn't have a handle, and we broke the glass. Here, ghosty, ghosty, ghosty. Here, ghosty, ghosty, ghosty. That's all I got.
Can I try to speak to the shattered remains of the glass on the floor?
Yeah? What do you say?
Hello, ghost. How are you?
Amonust is bending down, talking to the shattered remains of the glass on the floor, saying, hello, ghost, how are you? All right, everybody do a perception check.
26.
18.
12.
Imeri notices that there's a shiny piece of metal on the floor in the back left corner of the room.
Hey guys, look. There's something shiny over there.
Ooh, let's go check it out.
And
Elowen walks over.
Amiri does too.
Okay, who's going to pick it up? Or inspect further?
I'll detect... wait, we already did that. I'll just pick it up.
Okay, it is a combination lock. The loop of the lock is around the left loop of a pair of scissors and ends in the right loop of a pair of scissors and then goes into the lock. So a pair of scissors is unable to be opened because of this combination lock. There's a dial on the lock.
What could the combination be? Is there... Oh, there's 15 lilies.
There's 15 lilies, yes.
So that's one number.
15.
Is there... Can I turn over the lock and see if it still has the sticker on the back that has the combination?
You do that. There's no sticker.
Gotcha. Is there anything else?
Okay, 15 lilies. I mean, there's one mirror. Could it be like 1510?
Try it.
Imeri, are you going to spin it? 1510?
Sure.
She spins it. It does not open.
Can we untie the yellow ribbon from this vase and see if there's anything written inside of it?
Amonust tries. The bow does not move.
Oh, we have to cut the ribbon to get the door. Okay. All right. Is there anything else in this room with us?
Elowen checks underneath the desk to see if there's anything under the desk.
Under the table is drawn the number 2.
Whoa!
2 is one of the numbers. Guys, it's like an escape room. Okay, so we have 15, we have 2.
How many?
Oh no. We probably should have tried to pull the mirror down first. What if the other number was behind the mirror?
Can we inspect the pieces to see if we find a number written on any of them?
I was kind of thinking, like, the reflection. So, like, you're supposed to look into it until the ghost speaks to you, so maybe we have to...
No. Oh, no.
Oh, no, you were supposed to blow on, or fog up the mirror, weren't you?
That is correct. You were supposed to fog up the mirror. I'm also going to let you guys know you can still proceed even though you have done that. Like, it's not going to... It doesn't ruin the game, but yeah, that was the goal with the mirror.
I'm just like, break.
Can we fog the pieces?
Okay, so...
Amonust is blowing on the shattered glass on the ground.
I can mend.
Yay!
Yay!
Imeri, do you cast mending on the pieces?
I do.
Okay, you mend the mirror back into one piece. It is now one piece mirror.
Should we fog the mirror?
Yes.
Yeah! I'm good at that. And Ammonist leans close and goes,
As you fog it up, the mirror says, "Cut the bow."
Yeah, but we need the lock to unlock it.
Well, that was worthless.
Ammonist picks up the mirror off the wall and inspects the back of it.
There is nothing on the back. So the logic procession was that you were going to fog the mirror and the mirror was going to remind you of the shiny thing. But I kind of helped you guys because you broke the mirror, so it's okay. But you can see how that was supposed to...
Yeah.
I'd say we break the mirror again now.
No. I mean, you can do what you want, but we might need it.
Okay, so there's a vase, there's a table, there was the mirror, and the shiny thing. Was there anything else that I'm forgetting?
Are you inspecting the room?
Yes. Elowen's trying to find another number.
So...
Elowen's checking the walls to see if there's anything funky with the walls, like a loose brick or a loose stone, some stones in a pattern.
Okay, you move along the back wall around the table, on the right wall around the candle, sconce, and the mirror, and along the back wall, along the door with no handle, and on the left wall, which is flat stone with nothing on it, and you do not find any loose bricks.
Okay, there's nothing loose. Somebody check out the sconce. See if we need to light something on fire.
Amiri, you can fly
Ammonist.
up there, right?
Yeah. I was just going to say, hey, Ammonist, you want to check the floor again?
Sure. I'll check the floor.
What is this?
16.
It's a floor.
Oh, wait, is this...
Imeri, can you check the sconce?
Yeah, Mary will go up and light the sconce on fire.
Oh, it's on fire. Do some kind of perception check or something. I don't know.
That's a natural 20.
With the natural 20, you see that there are 3 candles lit on fire in this sconce.
Okay, so we have a... Can we try
Let's try
3, 2, 15?
15 to... Yeah.
Oh, you guys said that at the same time? So say it again, but only one person talks.
3, 2, 15?
You moved the combination lock right 3, left 2, and right 15. Is that correct?
Yes.
That is exactly correct. It opens. And
Yay.
the scissors are now free.
Amonist, do you want to cut the ribbon?
Sure! Notice-
You could be the mayor.
I love it. Ammonist takes the scissors. And actually, Ammonist is curious. He first tries to cut the ribbon with his sword.
It does not work.
And then with the scissors.
The door opens.
Yay!
That's a magical ribbon.
Ammonist holds on to that magical ribbon.
Are you
It's
are you
not
holding onto the
magical.
scissors?
It's not magical?
No, you're being observed.
Oh.
Yeah.
But my sword wouldn't
Sorry.
cut it.
Okay, your sword cut it, but the door didn't open.
Okay. Gotcha.
And then when you cut it with the scissors, the door opened.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Elowen's taking the scissors if Amonust does not.
Go for it.
And as the door opens, our heroes find a dark hallway beyond. And with that, we are going to take our break. Joining us this time were Amonust,
Bye.
Imeri,
Bye.
and Elowen.
I'll see you in the dark.
Bye-bye. We hope that you're enjoying this episode of the Fire Breathing Kittens podcast. Please leave us a review on iTunes.com. You can subscribe to receive new episodes through your podcast player or by visiting firebreathingkittenspodcast.com or finding us on YouTube. Can you think of someone who might enjoy this podcast? Please share it with them. We don't pay to advertise this show, so the only way we can grow is through the support of listeners like you. Thank you. Welcome back to Fire Breathing Kittens, a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons podcast. Returning to us are Amonust,
Hi.
Imeri,
Welcome back, everyone.
and Elowen.
Hi.
When we last left our adventurers, they had everyone roll a d20.
Nat 20.
Oh.
13.
At 20.
Oh, okay. So normally how it would work is that the person closest to the number that I rolled would go, unless you get a nat 1 or a nat 20, and then you have to go or you get to choose who goes. You guys both got nat 20s. So do you guys want to agree on who?
Amonist?
Do you want to go Ammonist? Because I will
It's
go.
fine. Oh, if you want to
Okay.
go for it.
Okay.
Okay, I can do it. Well, we started at the guild and we found a sheet sponsored by Harry Hyman and his business, which I didn't even write down because I stopped at Hyman. And
Probably the
we
respectable thing to do.
we traveled to the dungeon, and he is giving away 100,000 gold to a charity who defeats his dungeon. And our first stop, we had 3 different doors to go through. We chose the left door, and we walked in, and we got attacked by a creature made of bones and teeth of creatures it had already defeated. And it almost killed us because... Yep, it almost killed us, but we're fine. We're alive. It's cool. We went through the next door that was like a escape room, and we escaped via cutting a ribbon, and that's about as far as we've gotten.
Alrighty. That brings us back to the present, where everyone is standing inside the puzzle room with its lit sconce on the wall, looking out at the edges of the torchlight into the darkness past the door that just opened.
Can Elowen look in the darkness?
Yes, you can. So, just to remind everyone, Elowen has a special racial... Is that racial or class?
It is class. It has to do with being a Twilight Hunter.
A special class Twilight Hunter feature that allows her to see through darkness way beyond what normal people can. She can see that this hallway ends at a wall with a high ceiling.
Do I see any doors?
You see no doors.
Okay, guys, there's a really tall ceiling and no doors down this hallway.
And before we go on, just to ask the DM, I kind of forgot this earlier, but we've had no combat, so I don't know if you want to let this go or not. Celestial Resistance, I gain temporary hit points whenever I finish a short or long rest. These temporary hit points equal my Warlock level, plus Charisma modifier. Additionally, choose up to 5 creatures I could see at the end of the rest, and those creatures each gain temporary hit points equal to half my Warlock level and my Charisma modifier.
Nice. Yeah, go ahead and apply those hit points. How many do Elowen and Amonist gain?
So my Charisma modifier is plus 4. So we're level 14, plus 4. So you guys
Get 9?
get half that. So yeah, 9.
Okay. Thanks.
If I have full hit points, are those bonus?
Yes.
Yeah, temporary hit points are consumed first when you get struck, and they are removed before you start to dig into your actual hit points. So she's increased your maximum, sort of.
Sweet.
Until we dip
Thank
below
you.
that.
Yeah.
Right.
That's very kind of you, Imeri. So, just to remind everyone, you're standing at the door, and you have been told by Elowen that off in the distance, this hallway ends at a wall with a high ceiling.
I think we're going to be flying.
I got this.
Yeah, you do. All right, let's go.
I can't fly.
I can summon a giant fly, and you can ride behind it with me.
Okay.
Or on it behind me.
That sounds like a plan.
Okay.
A giant fly?
Yep. I have a little statue that turns into a giant fly.
Yep, we fly on a fly. It's cool.
All right, so we go down to the end of the hallway and look up. What do we see?
Perception check.
Oh,
Would you like
nat 20.
assistance? Never mind, you got it.
Yeah, that's a 9 from Elowen.
Okay, Elowen sees that the wall ends and there is a high ceiling. Imeri, what did you roll?
26.
Yeah, okay, so Imeri and Amonust see that above the 8 feet high wall, there is a knotted rope hanging from the tall ledge, and there is a ledge. You can see that the ceiling and the wall do not meet. There is probably a 2-foot ledge there. Like a 2-foot gap above the ledge.
Oh, okay. So we don't even need to summon the giant fly here. I point this out to Elowen.
Oh, I can't believe I missed that. Shall we climb, I suppose?
Sure, it's 8 feet up. Do you need a boost?
Yeah,
All
that'll
right.
be good.
I could just fly you up one by one.
Oh, that works too.
Either way, we just need to get up there.
Here, you fly up with Imeri. I'm just gonna climb up.
Yeah, you just don't hug me.
Yeah, I know, right?
Okay.
Amonust jumps up and grabs the tip of the rope and starts pulling himself up.
Oh, you pulled on the rope.
Oh no.
The trap springs. All right, so tell me tell me how many hit points you all have.
127.
85.
118.
Okay, so Elowen, you fall asleep
Um,
and you crumple to the ground.
I'm holding her.
yeah.
And then you had 80, how many hit points? 80?
I had 85.
85. Okay, and then Imeri, how many did you have?
118.
Imeri, you're immune to magical sleep, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so nothing happens to you, and Elowen is asleep in your arms like a sleeping baby.
Is it a gas?
It is not a gas.
Okay, never mind.
It is a magic.
Let me just read it for you so you know. Aspect of the moon. I no longer need to sleep and can't be forced to sleep by any means. To gain the benefits of a long rest, I could spend all 8 hours doing light activities such as reading your book of shadows or keeping watch.
Yeah. Imeri does not fall asleep, but Elowen, you are asleep in her arms. Amonust, you don't know that anything happened, and you can make an athletics check to climb that rope.
Athletics plus 9. Okay. 21.
You climb the rope, no problemo. And Imeri, you're flying. You don't have to make any check at all. Would anybody like to look behind you as you get up onto this 2-foot wide ledge? Or
Yeah.
2-foot tall ledge. Okay.
Sure.
As you look behind you, a very disappointed monster pops its head back into the wall.
Okay.
I wave.
It looks kind of like Toothless from How to Tame Your Dragon, and it just kind of
Aww.
crawls back in. It was going to eat you if you were asleep. Okay.
Is it missing its teeth?
It is.
I want to pet him.
Do you?
Don't.
And
Not
Mary,
at the moment.
you're holding a sleeping Elowen, and there's a 2-foot tall gap. Do you, like, wedge her in there? Or, like, what do you do?
I guess, yeah, I kind of would just like layer.
Okay. Elowen, the emotion can awaken you, because it's just a normal sleep. So you're just like, what?
What happened?
You kind of passed out there. I guess it was a nice flight.
Okay.
Very relaxing.
Yeah, nice nap, I suppose. Are we crawling? We're just crawling through this hole, right?
It seems like it, as long as it goes somewhere.
Yeah, I'll look. Elowen looks into the crack hole thing.
You see that the roof lifts about 50 feet in the distance.
Yeah, it looks like it lifts up a little bit down. Shall we crawl?
All right.
You said about 50 feet?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I could bring somebody and we could just dimension door in.
Yeah. I'm gonna crawl.
I'll dimension door with you.
All right.
And Elowen pulls out her dagger 2.0 because the first one, got burned up in a fire. And it is crawling with it in front of her just in case.
All right. Everybody is... So, Amonust and Imeri are dimension dooring, so you find yourself at the 50 feet place in the distance. You're just there.
Exactly
Elowen,
50 feet.
Yeah. So you guys can stand up. Elowen, please make a perception check.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Yeah, this is where I die. 13.
No, you don't notice anything. As the ceiling gets closer and closer to you, keep going. Make some kind of check to see how quickly you're passing through this.
Oh, no.
Would this be like athletics, I guess?
Yeah, as you crawl along the ground.
Oh, how about a 23?
And she doesn't notice at all as right after she emerges from the gap, it a few seconds later closes behind her.
Are we stuck now?
Are you doing a perception check on this place where there used to be a gap?
Yes.
For how long?
20 seconds.
Okay, over the course of 20 seconds, you see that it is slowly raising back up.
Gotcha.
Ah.
Well, that seemed easy. All right, let's take a look around this room.
Oh, you're in a hallway still?
Or in the hallway.
Mm-hmm.
Can Elowen take a look and see if she sees anything?
Yes. You see a door in front of you. It's made out of wood and it has metal hinges.
Is there a handle to said door?
There is.
Well, I suppose we can just try the door. Yeah. Should we just try the door?
Okay.
Sure.
Elowen goes and tries to open the door.
It is locked.
Lockpicking tools.
Amonust.
I'm coming. Oh. 13.
It is still locked.
I think I got a spell.
Can I try using those tools, Amonist?
You're not proficient in them, so you would gain no bonus.
Sure.
I mean, I can still try, though.
Yeah, it
You
would just be a
can't,
straight D20.
You need proficiency in
Oh, I can't just,
tools.
use them.
Let me look that up. Yeah, this is when people were correcting me.
Oh, I thought you could use them. It was just like a straight D20 roll.
A creature proficient with thieves' tools can pick this lock. So it's lock D&D 5th edition on Roll20 Compendium. Yeah. So without the key, a creature proficient with thieves' tools can pick this lock with a successful DC 15 dexterity check.
Okay.
You're not proficient. I am sorry.
Nope, I am not.
Can we just break it?
I've got nothing.
Like, it's not that sturdy, right? It's just a door.
Oh, okay. I'm reading the addendum, erratum. You have thieves' tools, but you aren't proficient with them. You can still attempt to pick the lock, but you don't get to add your proficiency bonus since it's a bonus you only get when you are proficient with something.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. So she can still attempt to pick this.
Does she still get to use her dex?
Yes, but you don't get to add proficiency bonus.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to pass over the tools.
That's a 13.
The door is still locked.
Okay.
Well, I tried.
Can I try to just kick down the door?
That you can.
Okay. Is this a strength check? Or athletics?
It's an attack roll, and then we'll see how much damage you do. It has a hit point number.
Oh, I'm sword slashing this thing.
Yep. Amonust is hacking the door down.
I can do that. All right. Let me put my plus 12 modifier on these d20s. Each turn, I can have 6 sword slashes. So, slash number 1. Everything just hits, right?
Yeah, I don't think doors can dodge.
Okay, so let's do each. Okay, hit number 1, 13 damage. 18 damage, 20 damage, 19 damage, 14, 13, 24.
At some point, you hit the number of HP that this door has. And there are pieces of wood spraying around your face as you like hack splinters off of this door. And there's just pieces of door left as you've created. Look, you probably were hitting it at around arm height. So first you create a window.
Can I reach through the window and unlock the door from the other side?
Yes, you can.
Okay. Why did I ever bother with lockpicks?
He reaches in and gets pulled.
Yeah, does anything grab my hand when I reach through?
No.
Okay,
No,
I open the door.
Imeri's going to come over and pull a splinter out of his forehead. Like, oh, you missed one?
Oh, I could just hug you.
No.
All right, let's go find that Harry Hyman. Moving forward.
All right. So you're inside the room, right? You open the door and you peek in.
Mm-hmm.
This room is decorated like a party. The bookshelf-lined walls have pink and yellow streamers scalloping at the top, and the corner of the room. And in the corner of the room is a cluster of yellow balloons. On the left wall is a dresser with drawers. On top of it is a tall white frosted cake with lit candles on top. The room is dimly lit because of the candles on top of the cake.
Is there... There's a door leading out of this room, correct?
Oh, you would have... It's dimly lit, so, like, how much can you see? You can
Elowen can see everything.
Elowen can see that there are 2 doors, one on the back wall and one on the back left corner.
There's 2 doors, guys. I guess I'll go try the one in the back corner if you guys want to get the one on the left wall and see if they'll open. I mean, I highly doubt they will, but it's worth a shot.
Sure.
Left's always worked out good so far.
Elowen goes and tries the one in the back corner.
There isn't a door handle.
All right, we're back to the no door handle situation.
What about the one on the back wall?
There isn't a door handle.
Can I slash a hole in it?
Yes.
Okay, this is not a magical door. I can just...
You can.
I cast
just
detect
chop
magic.
it down. Imeri, you're detecting magic, and you do not detect any magic in this room.
Okay, you're clear to go, Amonust.
Okay. Yeah, 17, 22, 18, 23, 20, 19, 18, 12, 16, 18.
Wait. Your swords have revealed a metal core inside the wooden door.
Ah, okay. I imagine I can't freeze this metal until it's brittle and shatter it.
Would you like to try it?
Sure, I'm going to press the ice sword up against it and see if it gets nice and brittle.
The metal is now cold.
I push on
Elowen's
it.
going to check out the cake while he's fighting the metal door.
Okay. It is a tall white frosted cake with lit candles on top.
How many candles?
31.
We light them?
That way there's enough for the room. Yeah, they're lit. Yeah. I'm like, how many candles would it take for the room to be dimly lit? A lot
Okay,
of
there's
candles.
31 candles. Okay.
31 candles.
Interesting random number.
Is there anything under the table? Like a wire or a drawer or a...
There's a chest of drawers.
Elowen peeks her head under the table and finds nothing.
Okay, so it's not the table again. Shall we go through the chest of drawers?
Open them.
Sure.
Do you want me to do that, or does someone else want to do it?
You do that. I'm going to start cutting through this cake and seeing if I find anything in there.
Okay, Elowen's going to go open a bunch of drawers.
Oh,
First
Amonust.
Amonist, it's a delicious vanilla cake with confetti colored sprinkles inside. It's like a
Birthday cake.
Pink and blue and yellow. Yeah.
Is it tasty?
Yes, it's delicious.
Okay, I'm eating little bits of it as I cut through, systematically looking for, I don't know, a lock or a pair of scissors or something that's not supposed to be in cake.
Elowen calls out over her shoulder, "Hey, Amonust, make sure you save a piece for me."
Amonust looks guilty.
There's a stack of plates next to the cake. Do you load each slice onto a plate?
Yes.
I don't think he was cutting it at slices. I just imagine him just hacking away at it.
The slices aren't pretty.
You've made the precursor to cake balls.
Yeah.
It's kind of
New
sad. That was just a
confectionery
cake for
item.
you guys.
We made cake balls out of cake. That's how you make them.
Okay. You guys broke the mirror and you destroyed the cake.
We made cake balls in Harry Hyman's house.
Oh my god.
cave.
Okay. Inside the dresser, you find a stick. It is much like a French rolling pin, has been sanded and cut so that it feels good in your hand. It's
It
grippable.
Guys, I found a stick. And I could probably use it to beat someone, but I don't think that's the goal. It's very smooth. If I look around, do I see any, ingredients?
No, the cake is now mush over by Amonist. And I guess, what did you do with the lit candles, Amonist?
I set them aside. They're poked into one of the pieces on this plate.
Okay. And that's the status of the table.
Alrighty. Anyone else have any ideas?
So that was the only thing in the drawers?
Yes.
Can I pull down the streamers and examine them, taking a look at, is there anything written on the back, anything like that?
Yes, roll a perception check.
Okay. 16.
Okay. You see the following letters written on the streamers in pencil. ANP TOT RLEOHS LOY EEB AKO EHS EEOT A. There's an A at the end. I forgot it.
All right. ARP TO. I'm sorry, what?
ANP TOT.
Got it. RLEOHS LOWEEB AKO
LOY.
LOY.
B as in boy. AKO EHS EEOTA. And then do you pull down another streamer?
Sure.
Then you see ANP TOT RLEOHS OYE EB AKO EHS EEOTN PTOTRLEOHS.
I'm sorry, hold on.
All
One
right, so I'm
moment.
thinking we pull the streamers down and see if we could arrange them to make words.
Okay, yeah, the second streamer, I'm sorry, it was ANPTOTRLEOHS OYE.
OHS LOY EEB.
Is it the exact same streamer?
AKOE. Well, it keeps going. AKO EHS EOTN PTOTR LEOHS LOYEE BAKO EHS EEOT. There you go.
Okay. All right.
You're welcome.
So I'm thinking that if we arrange these streamers in a certain way, they'll make words.
I'm looking.
How many streamers are there total?
There are, let's see. I lost my spot. There are pink and yellow streamers scalloping the top of the wall, which is bookshelf-lined walls. And there's pink and yellow streamers scalloping at the top.
Are there books on the bookshelves?
Yes, there are.
Elowen's gonna go start pulling books.
Okay, you've removed a book from the bookshelf. It is The Life of The life and times of Orly E. Dunsey. Dunsei.
Okay, or can I roll history to see if this is like a person that I've heard of?
Sure.
Ooh, what's my history? -1. 18?
They are a famous author.
Okay, so we have a famous author's book. So I have, and she's looking at Amonust and Imeri, and she's like, I know I've destroyed a lot of stuff. And I've encouraged it. But do you think I could just, like, clear the shelves and see if there's, like, a book that we pull to open things?
Go for it.
Sweet. She's just gonna take her arms and just run down the shelves and pushing books off, trying to trigger like one of those Haida wall books.
Yeah, you're doing that. And Mary, what are you up to?
I think I'm going to take down the streamers.
Okay, you have the streamers. ANPTOTRLEOHSLOYE.
That's a lot of streamers, isn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe it's like we need a number, and like every like fourth letter or whatever in this means something. And
also, the streamers that you pulled down are kind of like twisting a little bit because they were curled as, if you've ever taken crepe paper and made streamers, you twist it a few times. So are you preserving that twist as you pull it down, or are you just pulling it down and straightening it out?
We'll preserve it.
When we look at it straight on, are only certain letters visible because of the twist?
Yeah.
Which letters?
O, E, O, B, H, E, A, T, H, Y, E, T, R, S, E, O, E, T.
Okay,
And if you rotate it, those change.
Does it look like it spells any legible words any way that we rotate it?
Really? You just asked your DM that? Yes. It spells the magic. You got here second, and you got the $90,000 prize. Woo! No. Figure it out.
No, and that's what I'm saying. Like, can I rotate the spiral and see if it spells anything specific if I preserve the original number of twists? Okay, that's a no.
T-O-Y-E-T-P.
Okay.
L-S.
I'm thinking that this is a cipher, and somewhere along this room, there's a number that we have to find, and like every such number of letters, that's what we need.
Are all the books by Orly E. Dunsey or Ducey?
You find the book Be Our Guest by M.J. Buckley, and you find the book Legend of the Saskahorn by C.N. Blaze, and you find the book Tatiana's Revenge by Garima Knob. You find A Sweet Solution by Sor Stepanire.
She opens Sweet Solution just to make sure there's not like some secret key.
There is no secret key inside the book.
Okay, guys. It's a birthday party, right? And she whips out a tiny little guitar and she's like, Happy birthday to the ghost.
Happy birthday to the ghost.
Happy birthday, dear ghost. Let us out of the room now.
Oh, you can go back the way you came. I mean, none of these puzzle rooms are mandatory. If you're like, screw this puzzle, you can just go back.
I mean,
no, she's just hoping
crushed.
to charm the ghost or something to just open the door.
And Mary, what did you say?
I mean, if we leave the way we came, we gotta crawl through and possibly get crushed and
then there'll be more puzzles before we get to the end. So, let's see. It's a birthday party. We found the cake. Where's the present? Maybe that's the key. We have to find the ghost's present.
Can you send the letters to the chat so I can write them down? Because I only got about half of them.
Would it help you more to let you know that it doesn't matter?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, because I was about ready to stare at these puppies and try to figure it out.
That I got that impression as well.
Which is Elowen's MO, just stare at it till it comes to her.
Yeah, there's no way to... Yeah, that's not the solution.
Okay. Are any pages missing from any of the books?
Amonust joins Elowen at the bookshelf. He searches through Kamar's Big Day Out by P.R. Cash and does not find any missing pages. Imeri, what are you up to?
I was just going to say I was going to help him.
Okay, Imeri finds the comic book of Rabid Sands by Angry Orc.
Yay, comic.
These all seem to be adventure books.
I'm just going to pocket that for my son.
Aww. They're all adventures, guys. Like adventuring novels.
What have you done with the stick, Elowen?
Oh, she's carrying it around.
Okay.
She probably used it to help knock the books off at some point, just like...
Do you want to try to flatten the cake?
It can't hurt.
I give you guys a birthday cake and you're like, let's crush it.
Well, you gave us a
Like I
rolling
said,
pin
chaos
too.
Babies.
I don't see anything else to roll.
Can Elowen see if there's anything like inscribed on the rolling pin?
Oh, okay. You examine the rolling pin closely. Okay. Anyway, roll a perception or investigation check.
18 plus 6, 24.
Yeah, with
For
the 24,
perception.
you see a slight spiral design on it.
Guys, there's a spiral on this.
Oh.
Hey, what if we line it up with the streamers?
Yeah. Wrap the streamer around following the groove of the spiral.
Well, it can't hurt. And she walks over and starts wrapping it around.
Da-da-da-da! And this is called a Cytale, S-C-Y-T-A-L-E. It's an ancient Greek and Egyptian puzzle. And when the streamer lines up on the spiral line, you see the word pop, and then you see the rest of it, pop the balloon to release the key.
Oh, we just have to pop the balloon, guys.
Oh, I totally forgot about the balloon. All right, Amonust walks over and starts jabbing the balloons with his swords.
The first yellow balloon that you pop causes the door in the back right and the door in the back left to both open.
Oh,
Do do do
all
do
right.
do do do.
Yay!
You did it.
I'm going to pop the rest just to be sure.
Okay, they're dead too.
Okay, good. All right,
So
guys, which door do you want to do?
in?
You solved my birthday puzzle.
And destroyed a cake.
You
Hey,
really
I
let that
ate
cake
a lot
happen.
of that cake. As I was doing it, I was hoping it wasn't poison.
The big question is, how many calories is that?
A lot.
I mean, Amonust is very acrobatic. He can burn it off. Alright, Elowen peeks around the door, like through the door that Amonust was trying to open.
There are two doors, and Amonust didn't specify which one, so I'll just read them again. There's a one in the back left, and there's a one in the back right.
I was at the one in the back right.
Yeah, we were trying
Yeah,
to
so
do
the
the
back
one on
right.
the left.
Okay, that one is open, as is the one in the back left. The back right door leads to an empty, stone-walled and floored and ceilinged room that is completely dark.
Like magical darkness?
Nope, just a lack of light sources, darkness. It is completely empty.
Okay, it's empty, and then she goes over to check the other one.
That leads to a hallway. There's a left and a right, but no straight on this hallway.
Alright, guys, we have an empty stone room or a hallway with a left and a right. Shall we go left as we tend to do?
Yes.
All right.
No, all
right.
left.
All left, let's go.
Okay.
They head out of the back left door and find themselves in a hallway. Do you turn left or right? You turn left?
Sure. I mean, that's
Why,
how you get out of a
shit.
maze. You put one hand on the wall and just keep going.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is a dead end.
Okay, guys, I
Turn around
think
and go
we're
back.
gonna have
Back
to go
up,
right,
down
baby.
the right.
Who does this? We just go left, left, left. Oh, here's the right.
You're walking down the hallway, so this is like as if you had turned right. And you find a left, a straight, and a door on your right. So a left hallway, a straight hallway, and a door on your right.
Can Elowen try to listen through the door to see if she hears anything like scary behind it?
Yes.
Perception?
Yeah.
Dirty 20.
You hear nothing.
Okay, well, I don't hear anything like loud and growly, but that doesn't mean there's not something loud and growly behind this.
So far, we've had better luck with doors than hallways, so I feel like we should take it.
All right. Elowen tries to open it.
Okay, you open the unlocked door.
And then I look in the whatever's behind it.
You see the completely empty room.
It's that empty room again, guys. I think we're supposed to go in it.
Yeah, I feel like we're missing something.
All right, let's go in.
They step inside the completely empty room, and the door kind of like on hinges swings shut behind them. And they see, now from this, if this were the back wall, diagonal right wall from you, so like where the right wall and the back wall meet, is the door back into the birthday cake room.
Okay.
You can see birthday light coming through it, and that's how you know.
Okay, so there's birthday room. Everybody stand in the doorway. I'm just going to try something, and it's slightly dangerous. And she's shooting an arrow up.
Oh gosh, into the stone ceiling? Okay.
Oh, there is a ceiling. I did not know there was a ceiling. I thought there wasn't a ceiling, so I was just like, Any suggestions?
This was an empty room that didn't have a door in it when we were from the birthday room.
It did have a door. I just might not have said that. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
You just came through that door.
Okay. Maybe this room is just a passageway. Because there's nothing else in here?
Nope.
Can I run my hands all over the walls and however much of the floor and ceiling I can find just to see if there's nothing like invisible, illusionary?
Yep. Perception check. With advantage because you're using your eye and your hand. So like I'm trying to give you the highest roll you can possibly get.
19.
You perceive nothing. These are stone floors, stone walls, and a stone ceiling.
Gotcha. Detect magic? Imeri?
Sure. I cast Detect Magic.
You detect no magic.
Yeah, maybe this isn't the right way. What do you think, Elowen?
Elowen kind of taps the crown as she's thinking, and she just kind of calls out because it can speak with animals. Are there any creatures here?
Oh my gosh. Okay. How do creatures normally respond to your crown? Like telepathically?
Yes.
It wasn't specified. Yes, thank you. Yeah, telepathically.
Okay, you hear a very, very tiny voice. Hi!
Hello. Where are you?
It's behind you.
You're behind me. Okay, she turns.
Okay, you see the closed door.
Is the door a beast?
Are you the door?
I'm not the door. No, but I live here.
You live here. Where are you so I can see you to talk to you?
And the voice is kind of coming from the door handle.
Elowen goes up and looks.
You see a very, very tiny, very, very shiny spider there. This is an homage to The Princess Bride, where, if you guys have ever read the book, by the way, it's a fantastic book. You should, if you haven't read it, read The Princess Bride. It's great. The door handle has a poison spider on it. The only way through this without being bitten with a deadly poison would be to shoulder through it Fezzik style, or to come in from the back and then talk to the spider Elowen style. So the spider actually doesn't like killing people, but it does attack in self-defense, and it does have a deadly poison in it. So I'm sure it wouldn't, like, it would tell you that. Like, it wouldn't be like, I love to kill people. It would be like, oh, please don't touch me. So
Right. Do you have a name?
No, I don't.
Oh, well, if you think of one, just let me know. Do you know how to get out of here?
Yeah, use the other door.
Yes, and we've done that, and we've gone through. Is there another? Let me guess, you haven't left this door handle?
Nope, I live here.
Do you like living here?
Yes, it's nice. I catch bugs.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, if you didn't, you could always catch a ride on me, and we can try to find you another place, or you could just stay with me. I have a cabin in the woods that has some excellently dark corners.
Are you trying to acquire this deadly poison spider?
Maybe.
I'll let you do that.
That's a good acquisition.
Yeah, you can have it.
And you live in a cabin in the woods?
She just bought it.
This is sounded like a horror movie.
I mean, yes, she did just buy a very worn down cabin in the woods, but
Yeah, do you have some kind of like an empty flask that the spider could be safe inside, or like a box?
Yes, she can dump out. So she dumps out one of the oil flasks because she had 20 of them, and well, now she has 18, and she like cleans it out really good and is like, I'll leave the top off, so if you want to get out at any point, you can climb in here. Or, I mean, I suppose if you really want to, you can just sit on my crown. I'm not very picky.
It's gonna accept being in the flask because then I'll say it doesn't get squished regardless of what happens.
Oh, okay, yeah, that might be good.
Yeah, and then you have acquired a deadly poison spider. So this is I'm gonna say 1d10 of damage per round until dead. Poison spider.
Cool.
And it really loves to live in door handles.
Well, I am going to build up, once we get money, I'm going to build up my cabin, and she's just like going off like, I will have so many doors and I will make a special door just for you.
All right. Okay. Yep.
Okay, so the way forward is indeed through the door that we just came from into the hall that splits forward and left, right?
And right from that door.
So I guess we have to go straight because that's the only one we haven't tried.
Well, so from that door, it goes straight, right, and left. And you had come from the left from that door.
Exactly.
I promise there's a map. It all makes sense.
I'm seeing it in my head. All right.
Shall we try going straight? We haven't yet.
I like straight because that would have been the left from the way we came down this hallway.
Sure.
All right, let's do it, I suppose. And Elowen walks forward.
You come to a door.
Is it unlocked?
It is locked.
Lockpicking.
Detect magic.
There is no magic.
Amonust?
I only rolled a 13 again. So, shall I try slashing it?
I want to try picking it this time.
Oh, okay, go for it. I hand you
What
the
is
tools. It's a d20 plus your dex.
Dex? It's actually a +3. 18.
18 picks the lock. You find that the door swings open and light spills out.
I'm not even playing Thea, and
Good job, Imeri.
thank you.
Shall we continue forward?
Yep.
All right.
Oh, okay. Elowen pops her head into the room. Do a dexterity saving throw.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Uh-oh.
Ugh. Do I add my proficiency?
Your dex saving throw is on your sheet. It's a number that you add to your roll.
Okay, so yes. 13?
Oh, okay. An arrow hits Elowen in the shoulder so not the head, but the shoulder that you peeked around the corner. You hear a scream in the room beyond. A manly scream. Yeah.
Harry?
Ow.
Oh, you said ow out loud?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So then you hear a female say, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry," and you hear her telling the guy to chillax.
Elowen just grabs it and I suppose tries to pull it out.
Oh yeah, you had to take damage from that. Take 16 damage from the arrow.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Hold on, we had bonus, so
And heal
7.
Heal back 11.
Okay, so I'm back at full then.
Actually,
Because I had...
scratch that.
Well,
Because you had temporary.
I had 9 temporary, so it would have been -7, right?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so take back 8.
Does that give me an extra hit point?
No.
Okay, so I'm back to full.
So
Thanks.
on your turn, you're doing that, but it makes sense that Amonist could have time to respond before Elowen has healed herself. So Elowen's about to heal herself, but in that moment when she just got hit with an arrow and you hear a scream and then you hear someone scream, "I'm sorry," Elowen screamed, "Ow," like, what do you do?
Ammonist, so his armor is magicked to appear however he wants it to. Ammonist is going to have it turn into a white handkerchief and he's going to tie it onto the end of his sword and poke it through and say, "We come in peace!" and wave it.
Does that mean that you are not wearing armor?
At the moment, yes. I'm going to put it on very shortly.
Okay, so shirtless Amonist.
Imeri's gonna, like, divert her eyes.
Like you haven't seen it before.
I was going to say, Elowen doesn't look away. She's just like, okay, it's Ammonist.
And as he waves the white flag of his sword and the armor with the white handkerchief, you hear a female voice call, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry! We thought you were monsters!" And if you're looking, someone's going to move so that you can see them, like move into view. And now at this point, Elowen heals herself. And Imeri, do you want to react? You have just healed Elowen, and there's a female Viera, which is a bunny-eared person, heading into view.
Is that in this game?
Nope, Final Fantasy Tactics
I was going to
Advanced.
say, okay, I know what that is.
Yeah, they're like people, but they got bunny ears.
Yeah.
And they're
So-
real
Probably
sexy.
tail, but oh my.
Oh, do they have fur?
A little bit.
Kind
some.
of.
It's just bunny ears.
Eh. They have hair. So, Imeri, how do you react to this lady moving into view?
Imeri's gonna glance up from and be like, "Why? What did you think we were? I mean, we just peeked our head around. Why would you think that was a monster?"
Okay, and you are peeking your head around and now you're talking to them. You can also see a boy, Viera. He says, "Oh, we're so sorry. We thought we were on watch, taking a long rest, and we thought that the door opened because a monster was coming in." Ah.
Well, all right. So here's a question: what kind of monster would open a door and not just barge right through?
I was scared.
Amonust is going to give him a little slack. He's going to say, "Oh, you poor man. I am so sorry we scared you."
Yeah, they're bunnies. They're really skittish, and they're way more prone to being terrified than non-bunnies.
So I'm assuming they look very, like, I don't want to say cute, but they don't look, like, mean. They look very scared, yes?
Yeah, and she has put her bow away, and his sword is no longer drawn.
Okay, because Elowen is, like, sitting there, and she's like, "And we don't get angry, and we don't get angry." And since they're, like, not being, like, threatening, and they look kind of scared, she's just like, "All right, letting it go.
All right.
Letting it go."
So Imeri's gonna get up and walk over and kind of like hold it. They're skittish, so she's gonna like offer out a hand and go, "Okay, don't shoot
Okay.
us again. I'm Imeri."
Oh. So first they back away from your hand, and then they see that it's a hand that you're holding out, and then the guy steps forward and says, "Hi, Imeri, I'm Holly. Holly Abadale," which works much better than other random names that I have generated. And she introduces herself as Virginia Ruiz. And they are both, you guys can chat. You're not in turn order anymore. They're both adventurers. By the looks of them, Holly says, "Hi, I'm Holly Abadale. This is Virginia Ruiz. We are adventurers here for the 100,000 gold prize.
How many are with you?
It's just us. We're from the same village."
Cool. Yeah, Elowen's kind of competitive, and she's like,
How do they react
you-
when we're approaching?
Holly is shaking Mary's hand. Virginia is standing next to him.
Yeah, so we're from the Fire Breathing Kittens Guild. We were told about this too, and we came to figure out what was going on and, get it for charity.
They nod.
"What's your charity?"
Oh, our village. Oh, we could definitely use that money. I would open a bakery, and my friend here, Virginia nods, she would start a school for archery.
Ah, that is so cute. I actually run a bakery in Nikamoy too.
Oh, he starts talking about baked goods to you. He's like, "Do you prefer croissants or danishes?"
Croissants,
Oh, stuffed with Nutella or strawberry jam?
strawberry.
Amonust
You
is
guys are talking baked goods.
he's sneaking up close and he reaches out and touches the ear.
Oh no! Okay, they're very skittish people. Whose ear did you touch, Virginia or Holly's?
Holly's, come on.
Okay, all right. He turns his head and looks at you, and his nose does a thing.
I just smile sheepishly.
And Mary's going to be like, pay him no mind. He's kind of weird.
He says, "Don't do that. My ears are very sensitive."
Are they now?
He looks scared.
No.
So you're resting. Are you stuck in this room?
Oh, no, we're not stuck. This is Virginia talking. We were just, taking a long rest, and once we're healed up, we'll be back on our way. Everyone do a insight check.
Natural 20.
Okay, she's lying. Her nose is twitching in a really weird way.
Elowen looks at her and is just like, liar? Tell me what you're really doing here.
Okay, she backs up by a step and says, "What? No?"
And Ellen just kind of shakes her head and she's like, look, I really am tired. I made a new friend today, and I'd like to make more new friends today. And I'd like you to be those friends. Now, tell me what you're really doing in this room, or I'm going to make it really hard for you to run away, and we will find out the hard way.
Whoa, my gosh. All right, do an intimidation check. With advantage, these are bunnies.
I am glad I have advantage. Natural 20 again with the advantage.
Natural 20. Okay, again. Okay.
The first one was a 4.
All right. She grabs her standy-uppy ears and pulls them down around her chin and holds her chin and her ears together and says, "We're just going to wait until someone else gets the 100,000 gold prize." And she holds up the flyer, or Holly holds up the flyer sheepishly and says, "Yeah, when this flyer combusts, we'll know the way is clear, and then we'll go get the 90,000 gold prize."
Yeah, I can get behind that. Do you want to, she looks at, Elowen looks, at Amonust and Imeri, and she's like, I mean, it's a good strategy. Like, I can't fault them on that. Shall we continue and just leave them here, or invite them with us so we can get the 100,000, they can get the 90,000?
Imeri just kind of looks at me like, well, it beats what I was going to do, because I was just going to offer for them to come with us and, donate the winning to their village.
I like cute bunny people.
I mean, there's no reason we can't get 190,000 out of this adventure and give them 90 and we split the 100.
Well,
Elowen's down for a con.
So what I'm thinking is they get the 100, we get the 90, and then it's easier to split 3 ways.
That works as well. Does that work for you guys? Elowen looks at them.
Virginia and Holly look not interested in your offer. They say, "Oh, yeah, the last group offered us that too. We're good. We're just going to stay here." And he looks at the flyer that has not self-destructed in his hands.
I'm also offering you my share too, so it's actually 13.
Oh, that's super kind of you. And then he looks at the flyer that has still not self-destructed in his hands.
Oh no, we're different than them. Don't worry.
We're good.
We're actually from the Fire Breathing Kittens Guild, so...
Yeah, I've heard of you. The last group was from the Moody Booksellers, and the group before that was from Pantherdander, and the group before that was from...
Alrighty, we will just leave you to your long rest, I suppose. Shall we continue, guys?
Well,
all right.
Or if you guys do come, we could discuss partnering for a bakery.
Holly starts talking about tiny cakes with you called petit fours that are covered in... it's a layer cake. You bake layers of cake, and then you put frosting in between them, and then you cut them into squares, and then you cover them with frosting, put them on like a drying rack that has holes in the bottom, and then cover them with a liquid frosting that'll set, and then pipe on flowers on top of it. He gets really distracted, and then Virginia kicks him in the shin and says no.
Pettifours are delicious.
I want one.
Well, we tried. Shall we continue? Elowen's over it. She's like, all right, I tried to be nice. Let's go.
We could also discuss sensitive ears. No, he's not taking it? Okay.
He's not. He's had a rough day.
That's fine. I already have an acrobat elf. We're good.
Yeah, you do. He
How
looks...
many lovers do you need, Amonust?
It takes a lot.
He looks a little intrigued, but mostly scared. But it's like he's scared of the dungeon and, so.
Yeah. Hey, Holly, come find me later.
He winks and you guys share a little secretive glance, and he like gives you a piece of paper with his village's name on it.
All right.
He's like, I hope you make it out of this.
Yeah, me too.
If you do, come find me here.
I start to walk past him, and as I do, I give one last stroke along the ear.
He shivers, and then you're out of the room.
I shake my head and turn to Virginia and be like, I'm sorry I have to see that.
Elowen's just like, he's done worse.
Have I?
Yes.
I recall a scene at the circus with an innocent child.
I don't remember that. Anyways, moving on.
Okay. So you have obtained address.
I seem to remember last season when Thea got turned into a werewolf and you completely stripped down and jumped into the lake alone.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
That's normal.
Yeah, that's pretty normal. I call that swimming. All right, so there is a door. The door is unlocked. Would you like to proceed through it?
Yes.
Yep.
Sure.
Virginia and Holly stay behind. Holly gives you a wink, Amonist, as you leave. And you hold each other's eyes for a second before you exit the room. You have acquired male Viera bunny contact, by the way.
Yeah, I have.
The town is, let's say he lives in Heinz.
Okay.
There you go. You can find him later. Okay, it's a small town in the territory of Heinz. Okay, next. The hallway is a long hallway, about 60 feet long, that the last 20 feet of it turn to the right. So it's an L shape.
Well, Elowen pauses everyone. And never mind, Elowen doesn't do that. I lied. Elowen just keeps going forward and peeks her head around the corner.
Okay, around the corner you see 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 160 feet of hallway because you have that improved dark vision thing. And you see that it ends in a dead end. 40 feet before the dead end is a door on the right side of the hallway.
We have a door on the right and a dead end. Shall we continue? She asks her companions.
I guess we've only got one way, so...
Well, let's go. And Elowen walks forward.
Okay. Do you walk to the end of the hallway, or do you stop at the door 40 feet before the end of the hallway? Or do you stop before that?
She stops at the door to try to open the door.
This door is unlocked.
Well, it's
It's a trap.
Probably. Should we just...
Kick it open, Ammonist.
Yeah.
All right. 23.
To hit the door? Or, like, you hit?
Oh, I was thinking picking it.
Oh, to pick...
It's like,
it's
kick
unlocked.
It's
Yeah.
open.
Kick it.
Oh.
We would just want you to kick it in dramatically.
All right, fine. I'm going to kick it in.
He kicks at the door, and his very strong kick makes the door swing open so fast on its hinges that it smacks into the wall and starts to bounce back towards you. In that brief glimpse, you see a well-lit room. It is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 100 feet long and 30 feet wide. The door that you opened is on the like, right next to it is a wall on the right of you. So, like, you're looking down a room, and you're, like, on the rightmost side of the room. And the room is basically like a rectangle, a long rectangle. Mm-hmm. So it's 60 feet wide, and you're on the rightmost part of that rectangle, and 100 feet long. As you look down that long rectangle, you see that the walls have red velvet, like, tapestries decorating them, ending in yellow tassels every 20 feet or so. So, like, it's stone walls with red tapestries, and in between the tapestries, like a good 10 feet away from each of the tapestries, is a candelabra-type sconce, again with lit candles on it. At the very end of this hallway-type room, where it's longer than it is wide, 100 feet long and 60 feet wide, is a raised platform with steps going up and a throne chair on top of the platform. This tall chair has like 2 little spires on the back of the chair, on the left and the right side, and a red plush cushion on the chair. It's a dark colored wood.
I suppose we should go sit in the chair. What do you guys think?
I'm gonna let you do that.
All right. Elowen goes and sits in the chair.
Okay, you start to walk up the stairs. Everyone else, you're 100 feet back at the entrance still?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All right. Elowen, do you sit on the chair?
Yes, she does.
Okay, make a Constitution saving throw.
18.
Okay, creatures in a 30-foot radius can't take reactions, so just so that you know, you are not allowed to take reactions.
Ugh.
Okay, and please make a Wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, that was the plan, was to take a reaction. Oh. Yeah, that's a 6.
You are unable to move or take actions this turn. Everyone, you see Elowen sit on the throne and just kind of stay there for like 6 seconds.
I'm gonna walk forward as well. What is
What's
Elowen's
your movement?
Oh, 35.
Okay, so you moved 35 feet forward.
Yep.
Would you like to downgrade your action into... I'm just using the, what do you call it?
Like
Initiative order that you got last time, because... Do you guys want to reroll? I don't know.
Nah.
It's up to you.
I'm good.
Okay.
Can I see Elowen's face?
Yes.
What does
She
it
has a
look like?
glazed look on her face, as if she were just totally out of it. She's staring straight ahead, like post-lobotomy patient sort of look on her face.
So
Yeah.
I have a like an enchanted rope that can move. Can I use, and it's at least 60 feet long. It might be longer. Can I use that to sort of snake forward, wrap around her wrist, and pull her out of the out of the throne?
You can start that. The rope probably has your movement speed, I'm going to give it. So it also moves 35 feet. Imeri,
Okay.
It's your turn.
I guess I'll move up to where Amonust is.
All right, 35 feet up. As you move away from the door, you're the last one to do so. The door closes behind you, and you hear a clicking sound as if it were locked. And nobody has looked up, right? Do a perception check, Imeri.
14 plus 7, 21.
Yeah. You see that there's a gap between the ceiling and the wall. And the gap above the door starts to have like a jelly, like a gummy bear, sort of like oozing from it.
No.
Mary's like, what is up with these monsters? I hate them. Sorry, Mary.
Hey guys, look up, see that space, and there's a giant gummy behind us?
Am I still frozen?
Yeah, you can't look up Elowen. Amonist can.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's a picture like a tongue. Yeah, it's like a tongue coming out. Okay, next up. We are on its turn. Okay, Elowen. The brine child moves up to its speed. While doing so, it can enter medium or smaller creature spaces. Whenever the brine child enters a creature's space, the creature must make a DC 15 dexterity saving throw. On a successful save, the creature can choose to be pushed 5 feet to the back or to the side of the brine child. A creature that chooses not to be pushed suffers the consequences of a failed saving throw. On a failed save, the brine child enters the creature's space and the creature takes 20 bludgeoning damage and is flattened. So from behind the throne, sort of like a pink gummy, like a tongue. I don't know. Anyway, it rises up from behind the throne and then like a wave crashing down upon you, flattens you. Please make a DC 15 dexterity saving throw.
Yeah, that's a natural 1.
Oh, the flattened creature can't breathe, is prone, restrained, and takes 20 d6 bludgeoning damage at the start of each of the brine child's turns. So go ahead and take 20 bludgeoning damage and be flattened because it flattened on you. And at the start of each of these turns, remind me that you've got to continue to be flattened.
Okay. Is it my turn then?
Yes. Please
Great.
make a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw as the aura of sloth attacks you.
So it fell off the table, and it fell onto a natural 20, but I will re-roll it because I made it fall off the table.
No, it's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, it fell off the table, and so it's a nat 20.
Okay, you pass the wisdom saving throw. You become aware that there is a giant brine child on top of you, and this brine child is oozing salty, acidic liquid on you. You can't breathe because it's flattening you. It's like a death pillow. There's a death pillow coming to attack you. The world's laziest pillow.
So I can do this thing called Smoky Escape, and as a reaction to taking damage, which I did just take damage.
You
I
couldn't have taken a reaction because...
Oh, shoot,
you
we
were
can't take reactions.
Affected with lazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
cool. She is just... it's on top of me, right?
Yep.
Okay, she casts Burning Hands.
Okay.
Which is
And just to let you know, a flattened creature can try to escape by taking an action to make a strength check. To give you that information.
Yep, she's just gonna light it on fire. She's gonna try lighting it on fire first.
Yeah.
Alright. And it is... So a thin sheet of flame shoots from my hands. And every creature within a 15-foot cone must make a dex saving throw.
I don't even know if it can do those. Let's find out. No, it got a 7.
Okay, yeah, it fails. So it takes... Sorry, I didn't plan this. 3d6 worth of damage. Yes. And that is 11 points of damage, and it's now on fire.
Are you also on fire? Because it's like on top of you. I don't really understand how that works.
The fire ignites any flammable objects in the area that aren't being worn and carried.
The area is the throne? Because it's flattening you as you sit on the throne. So you're surrounded by fire on both sides.
Aren't you made of fire?
To yeah, I'm resistant to fire damage.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not. She's not worried about it.
Okay, cool.
She's a smoke genasi. She's not super worried.
So it's trying to eat a spicy food, and it's figuring out the downsides to that. Okay.
Yes. So, I mean, that's her turn. That's what she does.
All right. At the end of your turn, Amonist, it's your turn. There is a brine child on Elowen. She has become a fireball. You can actually see through the brine child. It's kind of like looking through a gummy rat, if you guys have ever bought a gummy rat from Jelly Belly.
Mm-hmm.
Great company, by the way. Anyway, so there's also the one slowly oozing down, and it's now covering the door. And perception check.
Okay. 6.
Yeah, there's 2 of them.
Okay. How far away from Elowen am I?
There's not. You said you had moved 35 feet into the room.
Yep.
So you are 65 feet away from Elowen.
Okay. And so I am going to use my action. I'm going to use my my movement first to move 35 feet more closer. So now I'm 30 feet away from her. And my rope has been extended out from me 35 feet so far. So now can the rope grab around Elowen and pull her out?
She is completely covered by a giant gummy called a brine child. So it would have worked before she was covered by a brine child, but now she's covered by a brine child. Also, she can't breathe.
Can it
and
plunge
she's prone
through?
And restrained.
Can it plunge through the jelly and grab her?
Nope, it's a rope, and that's a creature's body. Let me look up the restrained, by the way, because I think... Doesn't Burning Hands have a somatic component?
Ooh, yes, it does.
Ooh.
I did that wrong.
Actually, no. Restrained just means your speed becomes 0, so it's not... Okay, you're fine. Yeah, you can still do... Yeah.
Okay, then... anything I can do from here? I mean, nah. All right. Yeah, I'll use my dash then. I'm gonna get within 10 feet. Just out of melee range.
Okay. You are 10 feet away from the throne and its gummy king. Imeri, it's your turn. You're still back at the original door. There is You're still back at the door you came from, and there's a brine child slowly oozing down it.
Okay. How far away is Elowen?
100 feet.
Well, I guess I'll dash with Amonust. I was gonna try something, but I've only got a 60-foot radius.
Okay. You dash and you get, are you a 30-foot mover or a 35?
35.
Okay, so you get 70 feet closer. You're now 30 feet from the throne. Amonist and Imeri, both of you make a wisdom saving throw because you're both within 30 feet of the throne.
Oh. Yeah, I failed.
Yeah, I failed. I rolled a 2.
You're unable to move or take actions, and you can repeat this saving throw on your next turn. You are both affected by the Aura of Sloth. Imeri, you failed, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. It's going to... So, Amonust, you didn't notice this, but there was a second one coming out from behind the throne, and it's going to slam you twice.
Oh, God.
You have some kind of cloak that makes me roll disadvantage, right?
Yep.
Does a 15 hit you?
Nope.
Does a 20 non-natural hit you?
Yes.
But your cloak saved you from a nat 20, so... Okay, take 16 bludgeoning damage as the brine child slams into you. And it's then going to enter your space, and whenever it enters your space, the creature makes a DC 15 dexterity saving throw.
I make a dex saving throw?
Because it entered your space.
All right, and my dex is +5. Okay.
You're being attacked by a giant pickle.
16.
Okay, you passed. You can choose to be pushed 5 feet back or to the side. If you choose not to be pushed, there will be consequences.
I will be pushed.
You are pushed 5 feet back. You're now 15 feet away from the throne and Elowen. And again, you can't move or take actions on your next turn, and you can repeat the wisdom saving throw at the end of your next turn. Okay, Elowen, you're making a little fireball underneath a giant slug pickle.
Okay, so you said I could do a strength check to get out?
Yes, you can, actually, you're within a 30-foot radius, right? If you start your turn within the area, you must make a wisdom saving throw. So first that. Let's see if
so that's an 18.
You pass. Next up, you're flattened. Let's make a strength saving throw to see if you get out from underneath the tongue pickle ooze.
9.
You do not successfully make it out, and that consumed your action. What does Burning Hands do on its second turn?
It doesn't say. It just says that each creature in a 15-foot cone must make a dex saving throw, and then the fire ignites any flammable objects in the area that aren't being worn and carried.
Do you have any stats for the throne being on fire?
I do not.
Okay, well then I guess that does no continued damage, because you would have to give me those numbers. So you used your action to try to escape and you failed. For the second turn now, please start taking tallies. Can't breathe. So this is now 2 turns that you haven't been able to breathe. Okay. Next up, Amonist. You are lazy. You cannot take any attacks or movement, and you can make a wisdom saving throw at the end of your turn.
So I can't do anything except the wisdom saving throw right now, right?
Yep, you're just so lazy.
Okay, I pre-rolled that. I got a 17. Does that escape?
Yeah, so at the end of your turn, you escape, and you can do the next turn that comes your way normally.
Gotcha.
Except that you're going to have to start that turn with a wisdom saving throw.
Gotcha.
Okay, next up, Imeri. Imeri, you find that you're affected by the Aura of Sloth. You need to spend your turn looking off in the distance, doing nothing. At the end of your turn, please make a wisdom saving throw.
16.
You pass. You're able to move next turn. Now it's time for the brine child, 2 of them, to act again. One of them is going to slam Amonust twice. Does a 23 hit you? That was with disadvantage.
It does.
Okay, and does a non-natural 20 hit you?
Yes.
Okay, take 26 bludgeoning damage as it slams you twice. Also, just to let you know, you have advantage on your next Aura of Sloth saving throw because you took damage before your next turn. The one on the far wall is going to super slowly move closer to you guys. The one
Wait,
on the
how much
door.
damage did I take?
26.
Okay, thank you.
And the one at the door is going to move, how much is it? 15 feet closer. It'll be here eventually. Okay, so it is 85 feet from you guys. One day it'll reach you.
These aren't constructs, right?
No, they're not. They're actually fiends.
Yeah.
Yeah. The one on the throne is going to try to flatten. Nope, it's just going to slam attack Elowen. Okay, Elowen take 29 bludgeoning damage as it tries to squish you. Imeri, the one that was attacking Amonust, looks at you, but it already did its turn, so
It's rude.
it'll get you next time. And that ends their turn. Elowen, it's now your turn. You are being flattened by a brine child.
Wisdom saving throw first?
Yeah, start your turn with a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, that's a 3.
Oh, and you get advantage because you took damage since your last turn. Because it flattened you.
Okay, how about a 18?
That passes. You find that you are able to take actions and movements this turn, unaffected by the aura of sloth.
Okay, so I could take my reaction?
Yes.
Oh, sweet. Okay, I'm not gonna die. I do what's called smoky escape. I basically go up in a puff of smoke, which is unfortunate for everyone else because it's heavily obscuring a 15-foot radius sphere centered on myself until the start of my next turn. Until then, I'm incapacitated and gaining resistance to all damage. And at the start of my next turn, I can come back together at a point within the cloud of smoke, so like 15 feet away.
Yeah.
So Elowen just poofs into a cloud of smoke.
All right. You're no longer being flattened by a brine child. That's good. Amonist, it is your turn. You can start by rolling with advantage because you took damage since your last turn on this wisdom saving throw.
Already did. I got a 15.
Okay, meet it to beat it. You
Right.
can move and action normally this turn.
All right. I am going to attack the gelatinous mass, and I think this battle's going poorly, so I'm going to go ahead and use my action surge now.
Ooh, I was a bit wrong. Creatures in a 30-foot radius from the brine child can't take reactions, so just moving forward, we need to note that that's different than the roll for the Aura of Sloth, but keep going. Okay. So from now on, creatures in a 30-foot radius from any brine child can't take reactions. It's like separate, so it doesn't matter what you pass or fail.
Okay,
keep
I'm
going.
not doing reactions.
Yeah.
In order to make the math simple, will you tell me the thing's DC?
Armor class? AC?
AC, yes.
15.
Oh, almost all of these hit then. Okay, so I get 9 swings. 1 of them was a crit, 2 of them miss. And let me just total up the damage. And of course, if I can kill this thing in one hit, we'll spill over to the second one. I doubt it, but we'll see.
Well, you're 15 feet from the throne, so...
Oh, I have to
you're
move forward
slashing
first.
the one that's near the throne, yeah. Yeah. Well, you're next to a brine child. It attacked you. So I'm just letting you know.
Oh, the one that attacked me then. That's fine.
Okay.
I got 140 damage.
On the... How
What?
did you get 140 damage with 6 hits with your...
9 hits, I used my action surge, and one of them was a crit.
Okay. Yeah. The one that was near the throne becomes a diced up gummy.
All right, these things are reasonably squishy.
It oozes salty liquid onto the ground around it.
Still 2 more. Okay.
You should try to eat it.
Oh! Actually, no, I'm going to heal because I'm half dead already. I'm going to use my second wind. I am going to heal 1d10 plus level.
All right.
I rolled a 9, so that's 23. Okay.
Imeri, you are 30 feet from the throne. The brine child that had attacked Amonist is now diced into little pieces of gummy and little edible portions of Turkish delight on the ground. The one that is near the door is 85 feet away from the throne, making it 55 feet from you. And the one on the throne that had been attacking Elowen is 30 feet from you. What do you do?
So the one is 55 feet?
Near the door, yeah.
Huh. I'm going to cast Banishment.
Okay. Oh, start your turn with the wisdom saving throw, sorry. Because you're
21?
within 30 feet of the one in the... Okay, yeah, you pass.
Alright, so Banishment. I attempt to send one creature that I can see within range to another plane of existence. The target must succeed on a charisma saving throw.
Ooh, these are not very charismatic creatures.
And if it's cast at 5th level or higher, which I could only cast higher, I can target one additional creature.
It rolled a 14 on its charisma saving throw.
It's got a 17 for his spell save.
So it fails.
And
Just
then the other
banished.
one, it's 60. My range is 60, so
Yeah.
both of them.
So now the one on the throne
Yes.
rolled a 13.
Yay, they're both gone.
All right. Mary, that was really cool.
Do they stay gone?
Concentration up to 1 minute.
Oh, all right.
So we gotta get out of here quick.
Okay. All right, is there a door? What's going on here?
Everybody do a perception check.
17.
18.
24.
18 plus 7, 25.
And Mary sees at the base of the throne is a drawer in the chair.
I go and open it.
You pull the drawer open and it moves sluggishly because it's heavy with 100,000 gold. As the drawer is pulled open, a door appears magically in the back of the room.
Elowen's like, let's go.
Ammonist,
Yep.
carry it.
Oh, the gold?
Yeah, it's
Sure.
kind of heavy.
I put it in my bag of holding.
He tilts the drawer so that it all pours. And there's a waterfall of gold pieces entering Amonist's bag of holding.
All right, let's go through the door.
Let's get out of here.
Now, when you open the door, you see beyond, it looks like the entrance, the grass mound, It looks like this door magically takes you there.
Sweet, let's go.
Elowen hops through the door, and her feet land on the forest floor outside of the dungeon.
I also hop through.
And Mary?
Wait,
Amonist and Elowen look back at Imeri.
I think we just did a bad thing.
She's not going through.
What was the bad thing?
The bunnies are gonna come in and the banishment's gonna end.
All right. Should we stay and kill him?
I vote no. I almost died. I couldn't breathe.
I'm just saying the bunny was nice. I'm fine with staying and saving the bunny.
It goes against my character to do that.
Elowen looks at Imeri and is like, look, we gave them the option. They could have come with us and they could have lived and they chose not to. So I don't think it's our problem.
Can we station ourselves near where they're going to reappear and ready actions so we get a little bonus advantage for killing them?
Yes, you can ready an action on the condition of them reappearing, and then you'll get a surprise round, basically. Yeah.
We can knock these things out real
okay.
quick.
Yeah, let's try to save these bunny people.
And Mary, you
Okay,
are so kind. I didn't even think of that. Aww. Inspiration for Imeri for excellent role-playing.
Yay.
Okay. Before we come in, I'm going to cast Conjure Woodland Beings. It's a 4th level spell, so I need to mark that off. But I am summoning pixies, and I can summon... Let me see the pixie thing. Okay, so I can summon... Friendly to you. I can summon one of them. Yes. So I summon a pixie, essentially.
Tinkerbell
And
appears. She's got blonde hair and a green dress, and she says,
Can you do me a favor and cast Polymorph on me and make me something that can... can you turn me into a dragon? Is that a thing you can do with Polymorph? Elowen doesn't...
oh my gosh. Pixies totally can. Okay, so she turns you into a... What would be the most advantageous? So T-Rexes have more damage, but they can only tail attack one person, and they have to use their bite on a different target. And giant apes have the second highest damage, and they can do it on the same target. So she asks, sure, giant ape or T-Rex?
Elowen looks at Amonust and is like, giant ape or T-Rex?
I vote T-Rex.
All right, T-Rex it is. Okay, yep. And she turns, but before she does that, I'm like, okay, that's really all I need you to do, but could you just hang out just in case we need some backup?
Sure.
Perfect. And I get turned into a T-Rex.
Yeah, you did.
That's kind of hilarious. I didn't think of using pixies like that, so very clever. Very clever.
Elowen's just like, hold on, T-Rex. Summon Tinkerbell to be T-Rex.
Yep.
Okay, so we'll station near these things. You station by the one by the throne. I'll station by the one that was by the door. We have attacks readied. And then I'm thinking, Imeri, you go halfway between so you can finish off whatever doesn't get killed with, some spells or whatever you like.
Mind you, my Eldritch Blast has 120 feet.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
you can hit anything in the room. Yeah. Okay.
All
Are
right,
you
let's do
all
it.
prepared?
Yes.
Okay, and Imeri, tell us when your concentration ends.
It'd be 1 minute, so... Should I roll my attack first?
Yeah,
I
everybody
did.
go ahead and pre-roll your numbers, and I'll describe what happens. So let me know when you're gonna drop your concentration or the minutes up, Imeri.
Alright, minutes up.
Poof! With a pink smoke cloud, the two Brine children reappear in the room, one 15 feet from the door, and the other near the throne, or on the throne. And you guys, acting on your reaction, can expend your attacks. Amonust swings his frost and lightning swords into the creature that just poofed back onto the throne, doing...
I miss with one. I got 5 slashes in, 80 even damage.
80 even damage. It's slashed up real good. Like, again, picture the gummy rat, just like that.
Oh, all right.
It's still alive, though.
Oh.
And this was a reaction. So that means that it wasn't...
Means I still have a turn
technically,
ready.
it was a held reaction. Yeah, so we're still going to do turn order. And then the one near the door, Elowen as a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Okay, sorry, I'm doing math. 22.
Very clever, by the way, you guys, because the held action isn't affected by the save at the start of your turn. Because it's how you postpone an action beyond a turn, so...
How about 42 points of damage?
Whoa! The one near the door also has slash marks in it. Or arrows? Are you shooting arrows?
I'm a T-Rex.
Oh, you're doing...
I'm a bite it.
It's salty. And Imeri, you just ended your spell, so I'm going to say that... Can we enter the normal turn order then?
Sure.
Yes.
Okay.
And I had the pixie wait, so she won't be in the turn order. She's just kind of hanging until we're almost dead.
Okay.
Because that's what I told her what to do.
Yeah. All right. So she is just hanging out. Amonist, let's start the turn order with you.
Okay. I do not have
Please make
all
a
of them
wisdom
rolled.
saving throw.
Oh, that's why I didn't roll them yet. My wisdom saving throw was 5.
Oh, he finds himself overcome by the aura of sloth. Imeri, it's your turn. You're in the middle of the room, so that means you're more than 30 feet away from both of them. You do not have to make a wisdom saving throw.
Alright, I'm gonna shoot at the one on the throne. So that is dirty 20, 23, and
Awesome.
25
They all hit.
for 31 damage.
Oh, it is so close to being dead, but it is not dead. Very, very close. You see it hanging on with just a little bit of life. You think it's dead, and then it moves, it twitches a little bit. Okay. Next up are the Brine children. The Brine child is going to attack Amonist because you are within its movement.
Go for it.
It enters your space, and it enters a medium or smaller creature's space. Whenever the Brine child enters the creature's space, the creature must make a DC 15 dexterity saving throw.
18.
You're successful. On a successful save, the creature can choose to be pushed 5 feet back or to the side of the brine child. Do you choose that?
I will be pushed 5 feet towards the other brine child.
Okay. And it's then going to attack you. So I'm going to roll with disadvantage because you haven't yet been hit this turn. Does a 11 hit you? Probably not.
No.
Oh, disadvantage means that one of those was a nat 1 on the second time, so it just plain doesn't hit you.
Okay.
All right. Then it is the one near the door's turn. It's going to try to hit T-Rex Elowen. It's going to first try to enter your space. So please make a dexterity saving throw.
Ooh, I'm not very dexterous.
You use the T-Rex's stats.
Yeah, and I'm not very... Oh, nat 20.
Oh. Would you like to be pushed 5 feet back or to the side?
5 feet back, please.
Okay. And it's going to try to attack you. I think those both hit 16 plus 9 and 15 plus 9.
Yes, those both hit.
Okay, take first 13 bludgeoning damage and then 13 bludgeoning damage and roll 2 concentration saves. So the first one, I think you have to... How does concentration work? Like, you would think I would know this, but...
So I'm not the one casting the polymorph. It's
dang.
the pixie.
Okay, you don't have to do anything. So I think Tyrannosaurus has like 130 something hit points. Yeah, so
I have it pulled up in front of me.
You're still above 100 probably, so...
Yes.
All right, so yeah, the Tyrannosaurus Rex looks totally fine, and like it has plenty of hit points left.
It has Elowen's rage. It's just like, yes, fight.
And the T-Rex thinks to itself that it wants some more salty treats. And the brine child looks a little... Well, it's too dumb to realize, really. So, all right. And that ends their turn. Elowen, it's your turn. You're within 30 feet of the brine child, so please make a wisdom saving throw.
And that was a 19.
You pass.
Sweet. So I attack, and it's going to take 26 damage.
That it does. It goes down. It's now about half HP.
It was a 26 to hit. That's why I just said 26 damage.
Oh, okay. 26 hits?
Yeah, and it was a 26 damage. It was a double 26.
Ah, yes. It hits and it goes down. It's about at half health right now. So the one on the throne looks real bad, and the one near the door looks about half health. Ammonist. Is that the end of your...
So if I have 2 attacks as a T-Rex, can I get to the other one?
Your movement isn't 100 feet.
Oh, okay. Nope, it's only 50, so...
Yeah.
Nope, okay.
Okay.
So I will be using all of this on the one then.
Do you do more than 16 damage?
Oh, is that all?
Yeah, it was very close to dead.
Yeah, I think I got over 100 here. Okay.
Okay, first make your wisdom saving throw.
Yes, I already rolled that. This one is an 18.
All right, and then you cut that into little pieces.
All right, I'm going to use my movement then to start running towards the other guys.
Okay, you get 35 feet closer to the door. You're now 65 feet from the door.
Okay.
Imeri, you're within spell casting distance. You're, I think, 50 feet or something away from the one near the door, which is at half health. Amonust has just left the one on the throne, diced into little pieces. What do you do?
I am going to Eldritch Blast the one. So, that is plus 9, 21 is the lowest.
Yeah, those all hit.
And one of them was natural 20.
Oh, crit.
So, that's 8, 5, 12, plus 3, 15, 20, 25.
Oh, it's still up as Imeri's bolts of yellow, they're yellow magical energy, right?
Yellowish, like golden aura.
Take a chunk out of this gummy slime. But it's still up. And did you do the wisdom saving throw for your turn? I am forgetting things, sorry.
50 feet.
Oh, you don't have to. Ah, wonderful. Wonderful. This brings us back to the brine child attacking the Tyrannosaurus Rex. So first, the Tyrannosaurus Rex notices that you're not a medium or smaller creature and it can't flatten you, and apologizes. And then is going to slam attack you with a 24 to hit, probably hits.
Yeah, it hits.
Take 13 bludgeoning damage, and the other one misses. So picture like Godzilla fights, but Godzilla's fighting a tiny pink slug, basically. And the slug just kind of like gloms onto your toe and is like, arr. All right. Next up, Elowen. You are within 30 feet of the Brine Child. Please make a wisdom saving throw against the aura of sloth.
That was a 19.
You pass. You can take your turn normally, except for reactions.
Except for it's only a 12 to hit.
You miss it. And
I was trying to bite it, so I snapped at nothing.
snap at nothing, and now it is Amonist's turn.
All right.
Amonist.
I'm too far away from this to get there, so I'm going to pull out my bow, which I can pull out the bow as a bonus action, correct?
I don't know how that works.
I think it's a bonus as long as I'm not trying to sheath my swords as well. Full swap, I believe, takes a full turn. Because I'm going to try to fire off an arrow from where I'm standing here.
Drawing a weapon does not take an action as of Stack Exchange, accessed in 2020.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Then I am going to fire... I already rolled these. The bow's a lot less strong. I deal 27 damage with 3 quick arrow shots.
All right. This last Brine Child is on its last legs. After Amonist, it's Imeri. Imeri, you're about 50 feet away. You don't have to make a wisdom saving throw. You want to finish it off?
Sure. Lowest is 8 plus 9, 17.
Yep, they all hit then.
All right. So 7, 9. It's 18.
It had 18 hit points left.
All right. So yeah, that's 21 total plus 10, 31. All right. So Imeri kind of like using her 3 quaddle item. She floats up off the ground a little bit. And you just start to see her like celestial yellowish aura start to kind of have like a little windy effect as she puts her hand forward and shoots out 3 crackling yellow beams from her fingertips with a giant grin on her face.
And the Brine Child explodes when the beams hit it, and shards or clumps, gross clusters of Brine Child spray across the room. There's little jiggling jello chunks on the ground that is smoking slightly. And da 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 da. And now the drawer appears again. It's empty, like it's open, it pops open and it's empty. And the door is also visible. So
the T-Rex roars very triumphantly.
Yeah, that grin, I was just thinking of like Vegeta from Dragon Ball Z. Just like
I'm going to open the door and yell out, "Holly, it's safe."
Okay. Aw, that's cute. You can protect your boo. All right.
I protected him.
Yeah.
Yes, you did.
All right. And that ends this adventure. Are you guys going to exit? I assume you exit the dungeon.
Yes. And Elowen the T-Rex Elowen kind of looks at the pixie and is just like shaking its head. And the pixie is just like, all right. And we have Elowen back, and Elowen's like, thank you so much. Have a good night.
And you all emerge safely from the dungeon, 100,000 gold richer. Joining us this time were Amonist.
Bye.
Elowen.
I got to be a T-Rex.
And Imeri.
I did my good deed. I'm happy.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Welcome to All Gay Long. I'm Shannon.
And I'm Nikki.
And this is a podcast all about open and honest conversations all day long.
All gay long. Yeah, so we're going to have chats about our lives, all things LGBTQ, and giving our often unwanted opinion on what's happening in the world right now. Follow us wherever you listen to podcasts and subscribe and follow us to stay up to date on our weekly episodes.
We are All Gay Long, and we really hope you join us on this journey, and we will see you all soon. Bye!
This modern world of science and invention is of particular interest to women.
I'm Lexi.
I'm Haley.
And I'm Alana.
And we're covering the good, the bad, and the ugly of women's history.
Tune in to Lady History every Thursday to hear about different ladies across history and cultures, from astronauts to zoologists.
Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Lady History Pod, and find us wherever you get your podcasts.
Hello, he's Mike Butler.
And he's Mike Field.
And you're listening to the Forgotten Cinema Podcast 30-second ad.
Every Wednesday, we highlight a film that, for a variety of reasons, was forgotten by audiences. Whether it be because a more popular movie was released at the same time, or the film simply didn't catch on with an audience in its initial run.
We'll discuss what we love about the movie, or perhaps don't love about it, but we'll always recommend you revisit it.
So check out Forgotten Cinema wherever podcasts are available, or at our website, ForgottenEntertainment.com.
Go back to a time where life was simpler, where you could leave your doors unlocked. A time of block parties, bobby socks, and soda jerks. A time to gather around the radio and listen to your favorite sitcom before there was television. So come back with me in an old-time radio comedy time machine.
We are the Architects of Entropy, a collaborative world-building tabletop role-playing actual play podcast. In other words, my friends and I create exciting, weird worlds and then we play in them. Join us for our introductory story as we play Dungeons & Dragons in a homebrew high fantasy world populated with dwarves, elves, fairies, and anthropomorphic weasels. What's going to happen next? We have no idea. Join us and find out. Architects of Entropy, a podcast.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Fire Breathing Kittens podcast. You can find more adventures on Amazon.com in the bookstore, Fire Breathing Kittens, all one word, podcast. That's right, you can curl up with a good book based on one of our podcast episodes. The authors do a really great job of adapting them into fun novels. And did you know that we have webcomics? Look for the adventures of Fire Breathing Kittens on webtoons.com. We also have official merchandise on redbubble.com. Yes, that's right, you really can own a notepad with the Fire Breathing Kitten logo on the front. Or one of your favorite characters. Go to redbubble.com and search for works from your favorite characters such as Frath, Amonust, Azreen, and more.